stop for your shopping. All that beer, wine, spirits, deli, and more available at Calandro Supermarket. Great products, great produce, great beer. It's all at Calandro Supermarket.
At Snap Fitness, we're all about helping real people get real results. You have tons of options when it comes to working out, but doesn't it all come down to choosing a gym that best fits your lifestyle? Join Snap Fitness and get fitter faster. Visit snapfitness.com or a club near you.
Do you have plans to renovate your home or purchase one that needs improvements? Home Bank is your one-stop shop for mortgage and renovation loans. Whether you're interested in saving on your existing loan or you're thinking of refinancing to make updates, Home Bank offers options to fit your needs. Stop by any location to get started or online at home24bank.com today. Before you know it, you'll be back to home sweet home. Home Bank, equal housing lender. Approval subject to Home Bank credit and other qualifications.
Many people are injured and can't afford to get the treatment they need because insurance companies won't pay until a case is closed. I'm attorney Spencer Callahan. I'd like to help.
Spencer Callahan is the one to see. Call 387-2323.
Offices in Baton Rouge.
104.5 WNXX Jackson, 104.9 KNXX Donaldsonville, and WDGL HD2 Baton Rouge. This hour is brought to you by Spencer Callahan Injury Lawyers.
Good morning, everyone. It's 7 a.m. on Friday, November 6th. Today in Baton Rouge, expect sunny skies with a high of 81. Coming up today on Off the Bench, presented by All-Star Toyota, Hunt Palmer of the LSU Sports Radio Network joins us at 7:30. SEC Network analyst Cole Cubelic stops by at 8:30. From the LSU Sports Radio Network, Marlon Favorite joins the show at 9, and we have the Degeneration Dome, Week 9 at 9:30. Follow today's show on Twitter at OTB_ESPN. Watch live over at the 104.5 ESPN YouTube channel. Interact inside the Bayou Ford chat. And make sure you're subscribed to the Off the Bench and Off the Bench Overtime YouTube channels. Set your notifications. New content is posted there daily. Hour number 1 of OTB starts right now.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jordy Collada and T-Bob Hebert. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria.
Off and off the bench, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge, 100.3 ESPN Radio in New Orleans, 94.7 ESPN Alexandria, online at 104.5ESPN.com. Good Friday morning to you. Jordy Collada, T-Bob Hebert, Matthew Musso, Danny Cardenas here with you. All the way up until 10 a.m. this morning. Big Fave will be here in hour 3. We'll talk to Cole Cubelic of the SEC Network coming up in 90 minutes, 8:30 this morning. 7:30, we'll bother Hunt Palmer on his bachelor party. Get a couple of thoughts from the corporate guy from the LSU Sports Radio Network. Friday edition of Off the Bench, always powered by All-Star Toyota here. Getting you set up for a showdown Sunday night. Battle between Brady and Breeze, Bucs and Saints. First place in the NFC South on the line. Antonio Brown making his Tampa Bay debut. Mike Thomas back in the lineup. We'll talk all about it coming up here on OTB. Always invite your interaction inside of YouTube over at the Bayou Ford chat app. Remember, you can find us on YouTube at 104.5 ESPN. Subscribe, get notified. If you're there, like and share it. Give us a couple of comments. We always appreciate it. All the sound on Off the Bench brought back to you by Carriages of Baton Rouge. Any interviews throughout the week. Ogeron on Tuesday. Will Wade on Wednesday. The Chef yesterday. Check out the Off the Bench YouTube station. How are we feeling, big fella?
I'm feeling angry today, dude. I've been thinking about Tom Brady all morning. I've been whipping myself into a frenzy thinking about him.
Brady or Devontae Adams?
All of it. All of it's intertwined. I'm just sick of the NFC disrespect, but mainly Tom Brady. Devontae Adams is just a little sugar on top to make Mike Thomas want to kick more ass on Sunday.
We'll tell you about it. Here are your headlines on this Friday, November 6th, presented by Barbecue Guys.
TV headlines are brought to you by Barbecue Guys. They're your one-stop shop for everything outdoor kitchens and living. Barbecue Guys, helping America host better barbecues since 1998.
Stop in and see Michael Hidalgo over at the showroom for Barbecue Guys. They're located on North Airway Drive, just off of Airline Highway behind Home Depot. New Orleans Saints, although Drew Brees downplayed the significance of his shoulder injury Wednesday, he remained limited in Thursday's practice. The New Orleans Saints quarterback was working off to the side with no pads during the early portion of practice that was open to the media. On the positive side for the Saints, running back Alvin Kamara returned to practice Thursday after being limited by a foot injury that he described as minor on Wednesday, and wide receiver Michael Thomas continued to practice yesterday afternoon as he appears close to returning to the lineup for the first time since week 1. Emmanuel Sanders said he's definitely being activated from the reserve COVID-19 list this week. Here he is yesterday on the uninterrupted Week 17's podcast talking about his status for Sunday. This is Emmanuel Sanders yesterday.
Yeah, I'm playing. Yeah, I'm playing. 100% I'm playing. I got cleared by the NFL on Monday. I could go back into the building. Then hopefully, I'll be back, in the game on Sunday, getting as many plays as, before I left, because I feel like I kept myself in shape based off the workouts that they've been putting me through. So I'm looking forward to getting back. It's just getting back to normal.
Marshawn Lattimore yesterday talking with the media about the challenges that Antonio Brown brings to the offense.
You gotta go out there and stop him. I mean, as simple as that. I mean, we haven't seen film on him in a while, so who knows how they're gonna use him. So we just gotta go out there and execute our game plan. Don't really gotta worry, just worry about what we gotta do.
Yeah, look, I'm worried about AB, but honestly, Marshawn Lattimore's got to do what he always does against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and he's got to shut down Mike Evans. That has to be his number one job. I don't know how AB is going to be used. I will say this. I don't think Chauncey Gardner-Johnson can guard Antonio Brown, but it's pretty mentally unstable. If there's ever anyone who can maybe trigger himself into taking himself out of the game, it could be C.D. Deuce.
LSU basketball yesterday. Talented LSU forward Trendon Watford was named one of 20 players to the 2021 Karl Malone Power Forward of the Year watch list this week. The award recognizes the top power forwards in Division I men's basketball. Watford, a sophomore from Birmingham, started 30 of 31 games last season. He averaged 13 points, 7 rebounds, and an assist per game as he enters his second year. LSU baseball, the Purple and Gold World Series continued on Thursday night at Alex Box Stadium behind a solid pitching effort and offensive slugfest. The Purple defeated the Gold 12-4 to take a commanding 2-0 series lead. We have checked in with Nolan Kane. He will be stopping by off the bench over the next 2 hours to give us an update on Game 3. For Game 3, right-hander Landon Marceau will take the ball for Purple. The Gold will look to Will Helmers to see if they can't bail him out. Starter last night, Jaden Hill worked past a challenging first inning, which resulted in a one-run scoring for the Gold, but Hill pitched 3 innings, gave up 4 hits, walked, run, and recorded 2 strikeouts in last night's Game 2 of the Purple and Gold World Series. We'll talk to Nolan Kane at some point here on Off the Bench. Last night in the NFL, the Green Bay Packers cruised to a 34-17 win over the San Francisco 49ers. The Packers moved to 6-2 on the season, maintaining their first place standing in the NFC North. Aaron Rodgers finished the night with 305 yards passing and 4 touchdowns for Green Bay. And T-Bob's guy, Devontae Adams, had 10 catches for 173 yards and a score.
Yeah, he also said after the game that it's safe to say that he's the best receiver in the NFL, and I know nothing makes Can't Garden Mike as mad as quotes like that. So I hope that he hears it today, and I hope that it provides a little extra spice come Sunday.
We mentioned it yesterday, the NBA season, the Players Union, and the league were meeting on getting a start date put in place. The approved December 22nd start date was signed off on yesterday. Here is Brian Windhorst on SportsCenter talking about the NBA getting underway.
good news, bad news. Let's start with the fact that the players have agreed to drop Martin Luther King Day as an option and have agreed to move up to Christmas week, December 22nd. That is what the owners absolutely wanted. However, they did not agree to the financial terms, and the financial terms were what this negotiation was about. Now, there are other issues. There's the COVID protocols. There's the free agency guidelines. There's other things to deal with. But the financial terms were the things that was the push and pull. And they only really agreed to half of it. They're now going to have to go back to the owners tomorrow to see if they can change the financial terms that they agreed to.
That was Brian Windhorst, yes. Here is Windhorst updating the financials. My bad.
No, I was going to say, you think Adam Silver's had a stressful COVID?
Have you ever heard the Looks Like game on Dan Le Batard?
Yes, it's incredible.
When he says Adam Silver. Adam Silver looks like.
I mean, it could be.
Kirchin can't help himself.
It could be anything.
Here's Windhorst talking about the financial wiggle room that the NBA has.
I would say 0 from the owner's standpoint, since the players' leverage was essentially the start date. And from talking to agents, and I can't speak for all agents, but in talking to some agents, they thought that the deal that the players got from the owners here was a financial gift, that only taking about 18% when the numbers actually might call for 25 or 30% was a gift to the players, and that it was done to try to convince them to start on Christmas week.
So the NBA starting on December 22nd. Those are your headlines. What's trending here on Off the Bench. We will talk the LSU weekend as the Tigers are off. Looking forward to Alabama coming in a week from Saturday. We'll talk a little bit about the college football weekend. A couple of big ones slated in, including Clemson-Notre Dame, a top 5 matchup in the SEC. You've got Georgia and Florida getting together for the world's largest cocktail party that they don't call it anymore. It's still over in Jacksonville, but that game will kick off tomorrow afternoon on CBS. We'll talk about it with Cole Cubelic coming up in the second hour today on Off the Bench. We're driven and powered every day by All-Star Toyota. Come back with us.
OTB headlines are presented daily by Barbecue Guys. Remember, the most popular grill on the market is Blaze Grills. Blaze Grills is headquartered in Baton Rouge. Shop on the web at barbecueguys.com. Off the Bench with Jordy Collada and T-Bob Hebert. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria.
Take control of your comfort zone. You can do that by our friends over at AccuTemp. Get in touch with them online at AccuTempBR.com, or you can call them this morning at 926-2243. That's a 225 area code at 926-2243. You can get in touch with them for a free estimate today. In fact, you can talk about your filter deliveries that they offer over at AccuTemp on talking about servicing your air conditioning unit. Remember, online, AccuTempBR.com.
Yeah, look, and they make it incredibly easy to navigate the site and figure out exactly what you need, right? So for air conditioning, heating, insulation, electrical, and more, AccuTemp Baton Rouge takes on even emergency HVAC stuff, your routine maintenance, your replacement, everything in between. It's all at AccuTempBR.com. When you go on the website, a little box pops up, and you can chat, you can call, you can leave a review, you can text them. The bottom line is that you can immediately get in communication with them, set up a time to make sure that your home is taken care of. Go to AccuTempBR.com today.
In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is a local bank with a straightforward philosophy.
It's about doing the right thing for our customers.
Participating in our community with annual local fundraisers. Offering individual attention in a modern banking atmosphere with a trusted local company. Gulf Coast Bank invested in technology with a local touch, giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime.
We're building relationships through personal service as a bank that cares about you.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Are you a licensed contractor? There's lots of good contractors in Louisiana doing work the right way, but unfortunately, too many unlicensed contractors are working outside the licensing requirements. Working as a contractor in Louisiana requires a license for the company doing the work. The Louisiana State Licensing Board for Contractors wants to help you get licensed to allow you to conduct work legally. It's not difficult to get the license. We can help you. Go to lacontractor.org for more information. Licensed contractors, it's the law.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
If I built a van, it would do more than haul.
It would carry my entire business. I'd make it available in dozens, if not thousands of configurations.
It would keep an eye on my fleet.
And an eye out for danger.
If I built a van, I'd make it available in diesel and gas. And I'd build it right here in South Carolina.
Introducing the all-new Sprinter, starting at $33,790. Built in the USA. Mercedes-Benz Vans, born to run.
This is a house call. This is a follow-up appointment. This is a diabetes checkup. This isn't just more convenient care, it's more advanced care. This is innovating healthcare at Louisiana's #1 hospital.
Yo, join us for a TGIF edition of Hanging with Hester and Handy presented by Richards Honda from noon to 3. With LSU on its bye week, we'll go across the other big games in college football and also hit one last preview on the New Orleans Saints taking on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jordy Collada and T-Bob Hebert. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria.
Was over at Carriages yesterday in the Jefferson Shopping Center right here in Baton Rouge, located on the corner of Old Hammond and Jefferson. They've got a ton of new inventory on the floor over there. Stop in and check it out. Make sure and tell you Will and the crew. They've got a couple of trunk shows coming up as they're trying to get rid of the old inventory as they move in the new stuff. Stop in. They got great deals right now over at Carriages. Stop in and see them, and make sure you're on their social media because they got all the information on those trunk shows that you can find on Instagram, on Facebook. Just hit them at Carriages BR, online there at carriagesbr.com, and all of our sound is brought back to you here on Off the Bench by Carriages. Big college football weekend as LSU has the weekend off. They will have their first bye weekend, or the only bye weekend of this 10-game regular season schedule, and then they'll host Alabama, who could possibly be the best team in college football up to this point. Bama will be in Baton Rouge next Saturday, so we'll have a lot of time to talk about that one. But Georgia, Florida this weekend, Notre Dame, Clemson is another one that we'll preview and talk a little bit about with Cole Cubelic. You got an early feel on Georgia, Florida going into it on Saturday?
Yeah, we ranked the teams yesterday. I actually think that Florida's offense is better suited to have success against a very good Georgia defense than Georgia's offense is against a not so good Florida defense. I guess I'm mainly just fading Stetson Bennett here. Also, Georgia's going to be, I think, down maybe 5 starters defensively. I know a couple are questionable, so you're probably looking at like 3, even if it's not that bad. So I think there's a lot working for Florida. And it's kind of like one of these situations where, if not now, when for Dan Mullen in Florida, everything seems to kind of be lining up here. You're catching Florida you're catching Georgia despite having the most talented team in the country. If you look at what the ratings of these players were that make up the Georgia roster. They are literally number one in the country, yet that team has Stetson Bennett at quarterback. Like, you have to take advantage now, Florida, because if you do not, what's going to happen? Georgia will figure out their quarterback problems, and then I don't know what your path is to be able to pass them up, because I don't think that Dan Mullen's going to out-recruit Kirby Smart in Georgia. He can out-coach them, though, and I think that's been Kirby Smart's biggest kind of black mark in his career, and one of Dan Mullen's biggest feathers in his cap throughout his career has been that Dan Mullen is someone who can consistently punch up. He consistently get the most out of his players. Kirby Smart's maybe on almost the opposite side of the dial. And so I think Florida wins, and I think the Dan Mullen heel turn goes over. And that is what's on the line this weekend. Make no mistake. If Dan Mullen wins, then all of his antics play. They're fine. People celebrate him and cheer him. If he loses, then his antics look childish, and you go back to disliking Dan Mullen.
This is a huge game for Kirby Smart.
Yeah.
In my opinion. An enormous game for Kirby Smart. I mean, a lot is on the line for Smart because of the way that he recruits at the level that he does, and the quarterback that you mentioned. I mean, Stetson Bailey, when you had Justin Fields on the roster just a year and a half ago, it's tough to really digest if you're a Georgia fan and you go into Jacksonville tomorrow and you get upended by Florida, because I agree with you on Mullen, but I think that Mullen has closed the gap on the name brand that he's selling now inside the living room. He'll never out-recruit Kirby Smart, but he's playing with much closer or similar athletes to what Smart is recruiting in Georgia.
So we mentioned earlier this week, if you're going by that same metric that has Georgia's number 1, I think Florida's number 7 on that list. And if you just look at the differences in 5 stars and 4 stars, it was shout out Chris Vanini in The Athletic, who I believe laid this all out. But it's essentially the same talent gap between Michigan and Ohio State. And we all see how that series has gone, right? Harbaugh has been unable to outcoach that gap. When I look at the Mullen-Smart matchup, I think Mullen is capable of outcoaching that gap.
Yeah, and look, man, I think that Dan Mullen has proven, especially in the same time period that Jim Harbaugh has been back in college football, that he's a better coach.
Yeah.
Speaking of Mullen.
Harbaugh stock is very down
Sinking.
Right now. Yeah.
Sinking. Daily, we're brought to you by All-Star Toyota. Remember, online All-Star Toyota of BatonRouge.com. You can shop new car inventory, pre-owned and certified inventory over there. Departments are all open. Sales, collision, service department. Stop in and see Tommy Wagaspack if you're getting on the road for the weekend and you need service on your Toyota, or you don't even have to be a part of the All-Star family if you just want to whip in right there on the corner of Goodwood and Airline and check out the service department. They can get you in, out, back on the road today. Shop them online, All-Star Toyota of BatonRouge.com. See, I'm fired up for Sunday night, man. I'm looking forward to Bucs and Saints. This is going to be a big one. This is going to be an NFL game, and I think everybody, all the talking heads, will be talking about all weekend when you just get the historic matchup of what you're witnessing. You know, it'll be cool to sit there and watch it with Jay, who is, you know, I mean, he's 9 years old, and you can always kind of look back and say, you remember that season we were watching Brady and Breeze go at each other. I mean, that was cool stuff. And you'll see it on Sunday night. All the records will be there, but the emphasis and what it means on the NFC South divisional race is enormous, with first place on the line. Bucs are 6-2, Saints are 5-2. Mike Thomas is coming back. Antonio Brown is making his debut. There are storylines everywhere for this game.
Leonard Fournette coming home. Alvin Kamara continued to try to ascend to be the best running back in the NFL. I mean,
well, this game's in Tampa.
Yeah, my bad. But anyway, playing against his hometown team. But here's the deal. It's like, how could you not be excited about this game, right? This is what it all comes out. This is what all the Brady and Breeze hype was building to in the offseason. You have two salty generals, two leader of men. And look, they're not at their physical primes, but mentally, they are sharper than they've ever been, right? Look no further than what Tom Brady has done on football field. Look no further than what Drew Brees has done in the final 2 minutes of games and of halves, where 5 games in a row the Saints have scored a touchdown within the final 2 minutes of the first half.
And we can talk about primes of these two guys, and it's you can't argue the case that they're both gone and out of their primes, but they're not that far removed in the level of play right now.
No.
I mean, the way that Brady is playing, I mean, Brady is closer to his prime than away from it, and Breeze is starting to find his footing here where he looks a lot like the Breeze that everybody knows.
Without the best receiver in the NFL, I mean, we crunched the numbers the other day. There's only one discrepancy between the two of them. Like, Brady doesn't even have higher yards per attempt, so it's not like he's pushing the ball downfield any more than Breeze is. He has thrown about 5 more touchdowns, I think. So maybe that changes a bit when Mike Thomas comes back. But it is time. I mean, this is your Caesar versus Pompey matchup. It is time, though, to humble Tom Brady. I was talking to y'all about this before the show. I'm just driving to work and getting myself all whipped up in a frenzy because I'm just so sick of Tom Brady getting whatever he wants, right? Like, you did not win this NFC South 3 years in a row to lose it in Drew Brees' final year, in the final year of the Payton Brees era, to lose it just because Tom Brady came to town. He has everyone simping for him right now. Bruce Arians said he would never re-sign Antonio Brown. What'd he do the second that Tom Brady asked? He crumbled like a spineless little punk. He signed Antonio Brown. Belichick, he's currently down in the dumps. He's completely fallen apart without Tom Brady. Tom Brady just took Drew Brees' all-time touchdown record off the book. He just beat down Aaron Rodgers, who looked great last night. Tom, I feel a bit like Jesse Pinkman on Breaking Bad, like he can't keep getting away with this. And it stops this Sunday, and everyone has to step up to stop him, okay? I'm looking at the entire defense, Marshawn Lattimore, Demario Davis, Jack Rabbit. We talked about it yesterday. Marcus Davenport's been fantastic. Cam Jordan, everybody. You kicked the Bucs' ass that first game around. It's time to do so again. And Mike Thomas, I'm looking at you, man. Where you at? Okay? No more drama. No more BS. You rose to the top because you are the best receiver in the NFL. One of the best football players in the NFL. This is the stage. National, primetime, division on the line. The two aging legends fighting for their legacy. This is the stage to dominate and to reestablish yourself. As we said, you got Davante Adams out here saying it's safe to say he's the best receiver in the league. DeAndre Hopkins, you got in that argument with this summer, is leading the league in catches. You've been hurt. That's all well and good. But now it's time to return. It's time to put all the drama behind you, and it's time to prove why you are the best receiver in the NFL. Because, look, it's going to be tough for AK against this Bucs defense, right? Side to side ain't going to work. Levante David and Devin White are going to make Alvin Kamara's day very tough. What's the key to unlocking that Buccaneer defense? It's Mike Thomas and just the complete chaos that he can create over the middle of the field. Because if he can do that, then all of a sudden that does open up Kamara more on the flanks. So, Mike Thomas, I'm looking at you, dude. Drew needs you. The city needs you. The Saints need you. The NFC South needs you to put an end to Tom Heisenberg.
Daniel Basham inside the Bayou Ford chat app. T-Bob isn't bucking around today.
No. We're in rage mode. It's time to end him.
Sean Payton yesterday talking about Mike Thomas and Emmanuel Sanders getting back to the offense. Yesterday. Talking about them getting back to action. Sean Payton on the teleconference. No?
Kind of feels like we lost some momentum there.
Man.
We were on the warpath. We're like marching the troops.
We're like setting that up like a softball for you just to turn on it.
Play the music.
Knock it out of the park.
Yeah, I should have to tune the instrument, sir. Hold on 1 second. Just keep talking.
Is it buffering?
Screw Tom Brady. That's the point.
I can't find the audio. That's the problem.
Screw Tom Brady.
I'm trying to find the bite.
Saints going to win the NFC South. Thank you, Danny. Come on, dude. 2-0 the Bucs, dude. I'm so sick of it, man. Tom Brady gets everything he wants in this world. Giselle, the failure, career, everything he wants, all the rings. He's not going to get the NFC South. Okay?
What about the way he's exploited Belichick?
Yeah, bad look for bad look for Billy B.
Bad look.
I heard, was it you who was telling me too that the New England media was saying that like the fans are kind of turning on Belichick?
Yeah.
Saying that Brady was the glue behind everything.
They're starting to ask a couple of questions.
Yeah,
I found it.
Oh, thanks.
Look,
here we go, Moose.
If that doesn't show that LSU's reaction is not, or LSU fan reaction is not outside of the norm, the discontent can grow quickly in any fan base.
Matthew Musso back in sabotage mode, has found the sound. Here he is.
Yeah, I mean, look, we'll see. There's some things that I think we're doing better, and yet I think there's a lot of work still ahead of us to be as efficient as we'd like to be. You know, last week we did the things we needed to do to win that game. Each week it presents a different challenge, and so look, I'm excited these guys are back, and I think that certainly there's additional targets. Now it's up to us to be more consistent and take advantage of it.
Somewhere Moscona's fake laughing in his tighty whities. Here's Sean Payton talking about Devin White.
Yeah, he presents a lot of challenges. He is having a great year. You know, it's hard to get your 8 and 9 hole or wide zone or wide plays run. He's so good and fast over the top. He's good in coverage. He gives him great flexibility. He can match up with the runner. He can match up. And the other thing that I think it goes a little undervalued is he's a good pressure player. You know, he's had pass rush success, and he's someone that I think has a knack for that. So he's having a great year.
Something I think worth noting here, Jordy, I do think the legend of Tampa has grown a bit in the telling, because when you actually look at their season, not only did the Saints just straight up beat them week 1 and shut down that offense. I get it. They've grown since, whatever. They barely won against the Giants. And really, anytime they've been punched in the mouth, save for the Chargers game, they have struggled. Like, they haven't had to deal with a ton of adversity this year, okay? They've won a lot of double-digit games. What the Saints have done is constantly had to grind it out, find ways to win. I don't think that makes the Saints a bad team. They haven't been playing at full strength. Now they're going to be back at full strength. I think that short-term grinding that they had to find, right, those just angles, whatever it was, doing whatever it takes to win these games, whether it's Marshawn Lattimore tackling a guy half a yard short from a first down, Breeze's touchdowns right for the half that we keep mentioning, doing whatever it takes. That puts them in a better position to handle a fist fight than are the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
One more from Payton. Here he is talking about teams defending Alvin Kamara in the passing game.
Well, the team we're playing, for instance, in the red area and third down, they doubled Mike, doubled Alvin, and Todd understands and knows brackets coverage, and so they trapped him basically linebacker safety, and then same way safety defensive back over the top of Mike, and then quickly you got to process that and then know where the singles are, and so that happened in the red area more. I think he's seeing more and more butches coming out of the backfield, so if he lines up to one end, before that end rushes, he'll look to reroute him. So there's a handful of things that we're having to deal with, and that's part of his success.
Saints and Bucs, Sunday night. Pre-game coverage starts for you at 5:30 on Eagle 98.1. We'll talk a little bit more coming up inside the second hour today.
Also, don't forget, the Bucs lost their trip to Chicago. They got punched in the mouth. They fell 2019. Let's go, Saints. Roll on Sunday.
Nolan Kane has confirmed he will be here at 8:15 this morning talking about the Purple and Gold World Series. Next, we talk to Hunt Palmer.
Off the Bench with Kalana and T-Bob.
Daily, we're brought to you by the Lanoix, Lanoix agency.com. That is where you can find Randy, Brian, and David Lanoix for a free professional estimate on your insurance this morning. If you're looking for a savings starting point going into 2021, your insurance could be a great spot. Get in touch with the Lanoix this morning. Look them up online, Lanoix agency.com. First-hand testimonies from the Off the Bench crew. They handle our auto insurance, my home insurance. I got flood insurance. They do the same for T-Bob. Rivers bought a new house going into 2020. Her and Kev moved the insurance, homeowners insurance to Lanoix. Find out why it's so easy today. Lanoix agency.com.
Yeah, it's so easy because you really don't have to think twice about anything, right? When I got these new vehicles from All-Star Toyota, I just gave a couple bits of information to Lanoix, and next thing I know, I'm insured. I'm good to go. My insurance card's in the mail the next day. It's like it's great digital copy right away. They're the best. Let them handle it for you. Go to LanoixAgency.com today.
Off the Bench, hanging with Hester and Hanny, after further review and more, are all live daily on the 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge YouTube channel. Subscribe now to interact with us inside the live chat driven by Bayou Ford.
If I built a van, it would do more than haul.
It would carry my entire business. I'd make it available in dozens, make not thousands of configurations.
It would keep an eye on my fleet.
And an eye out for danger. If I built a van, I'd make it available in diesel and gas. And I'd build it right here in South Carolina.
Introducing the all-new Sprinter, starting at $33,790. Built in the USA. Mercedes-Benz Vans, born to run.
Are you a licensed contractor? There's lots of good contractors in Louisiana doing work the right way, but unfortunately, too many unlicensed contractors are working outside the licensing requirements. Working as a contractor in Louisiana requires a license for the company doing the work. The Louisiana State Licensing Board for Contractors wants to help you get licensed to allow you to conduct work legally. It's not difficult to get the license. We can help you. Go to lacontractor.org for more information. Licensed contractors, it's the law.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is a local bank with a straightforward philosophy.
It's about doing the right thing for our customers.
Participating in our community with annual local fundraisers, offering individual attention in a modern banking atmosphere with a trusted local company. Gulf Coast Bank invested in technology with a local touch, giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime.
We're building relationships through personal service as the bank that cares about you.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
At All-Star Toyota, you get it all. If you're in the market for an all-new Toyota vehicle, come see our friendly and knowledgeable sales team at All-Star Toyota. Located in Baton Rouge at the corner of Airline and Goodwood, we've been serving our community since 2005 by offering a large selection of new Toyota cars, trucks, and SUVs. Get behind the wheel of your dream car and take a test drive at All-Star Toyota today.
This isn't just another day. It's so much more. Kelly's life was put on hold when her Ochsner primary care doctor discovered a rare blood disorder. Her doctor connected her to an Ochsner care team of cancer, heart, and kidney specialists. With multiple primary care locations around Baton Rouge, same-day appointments, and online scheduling, we're relentless about keeping you healthy. Ochsner Baton Rouge, innovating healthcare for Kelly.
ServiceMaster Elite create clean, disinfected work environments. As a local business, we take pride in serving the New Orleans and Baton Rouge areas. Our cleaning protocols follow CDC and OSHA standards for healthcare settings, offices, senior living, restaurants, and industrial plants. Contact ServiceMaster Elite to get your operation ready for reopening with germ disinfection cleaning. ServiceMaster Elite, the trusted choice in professional cleaning since 1996.
Tune in Friday night for a full night of prep football coverage. It starts at 6 with Louisiana Prep Preview. Catholic High and Ruston kick off at 7, and we wrap things up with a full 2 hours of Louisiana Prep Scoreboard Show on YouTube, CST, and 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jordy Collada and T-Bob Hebert. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria.
All right, the Degeneration Dome is downright desperate as T-Bob is swimming for a win. He's 0 for his last 6.
Yeah, back-to-back 3 weeks.
He's fallen down to Otter territory. The Ott father is...
All that means I got back-to-back 3-0 weeks coming up soon. But, yeah, I'm only 1 game ahead of Otter. Otter, I think for the first time this season, had a winning week.
Okay.
Went 2-1.
Only took us 8 weeks to get here, Ott father, but we're glad you showed up. 2-1 finally for the Otter.
Even Megan and Ben are struggling at the top right now. They are tied for lead at 10-14. So Degeneration Dome proving to not only be degenerates, but to be frauds.
All right, so a guy who is not struggling this morning on a bachelor party here on this beautiful, crisp Friday morning is our guy, Hunt Palmer, as he goes around the sun again for a second bachelor party here. Hunt, how's it starting off?
Well, we haven't started yet. I came up here for straightforward for work yesterday. Dinner with the parents last night, and I will be working until about 10:30 this morning. At which point we will drift off into the golf and beer world.
Hunt, I doubt any executives from your workplace are listening to this. There's no chance that you work for the next 3 hours, right?
I have a conference call with my boss in 25 minutes. I think they will be checking in.
His conference calls are worth.
Boss, if you are listening, he will be checked out.
Wait, Hunt, so Saturday, it's a bye week. I'm heading over to the Renaissance Fest in Hammond. Cannot wait. Going to spend a few hours there. You ever think about bringing the boys over? Little bachelor in the past, little bachelor Renaissance?
T-Bob, I don't use this. I don't say this lightly. That's the worst idea I've ever heard.
Oh no, dude, it's awesome. I'm telling you, the beer's delicious. They got cool stuff to buy. They got shows. They got treats. It's the best.
I'm certain that beer is not what I want to drink. I don't want to watch the shows. I'm certain, and I don't think there's anything cool to buy. I'm gonna go play golf.
All right, look,
if you've never seen the Joust, I can't.
We talked to Will Wade earlier this week, and we got some Purple and Gold World Series going on. I want to get your thoughts on both, but I know that you collect a check from LSU. You're a company man, but some of the most transparent messages have come from company figures on this radio show. Verge Alsbury has been very direct about his program, and then Ogeron is, as we both know, as transparent as a head coach as you'll ever find at this level. Tell me how LSU, and I mean this sincerely, how do they win another game this year?
So to start this answer, when Chris Blair asked me to do that, I said, Chris, I would love to do that. That's a dream of mine, and I'm honored that you've asked. But if you want me to sit there after they get beat and say, man, they tried really hard and we'll go get them next week, I'm just not your guy, because I'm not going to do that. And he said, no, I don't want you to do that. I want you to be measured in what you say. I want you to be honest, and I want you to cover the team for us. I said, all right, well, I can do that.
Damn, I did that. Got fired.
And right now, the team's not good enough. They're not playing well enough. They're not being coached well enough. There are tons of problems. They're not going to win next week. That's just not really an option. But beyond that, they can. They can beat Arkansas. They can beat Ole Miss. I don't feel great about the Texas A&M game, but there are wins to be had. The offensive line is where it has to start, because the offensive line was great against South Carolina, and it was atrocious against Auburn, and that was the tale of the game. When you can come out against South Carolina and run it 13 of your first 16 plays right down the field, when you don't allow a sack, you allow your freshman quarterback some time, and you run the ball for over 270 yards, you can win games. But when you run the ball for 1.2 yards and your quarterback has already been inaccurate, gets rattled because they're getting pressure to him on every snap, you've got no chance, because these freshman quarterbacks cannot win games by themselves. They can't, and they shouldn't be expected to. If the offensive line doesn't play better, then you've got no chance. The defense showed a pulse for the first half last week. They gave up 7 points on a 99-yard drive. Other than that, the other 2 touchdowns were gifted to them by the freshman quarterback. There's some ability on the defense. The second half was a disaster, but there's some chance the defense can get it together a little bit. If the offensive line doesn't, though, the offense won't be able to keep up.
Yeah, I think Baskerville was probably one of the key switches, having him in there instead of Clark, that led to some of that improvement. Hopefully they can keep it for full 4 quarters, even if it isn't going to be this next game, Hunt. I know you're probably excited about The Mandalorian coming up later today. We can't talk about that right now. I would like to talk to you, though, about LSU baseball, Purple and Gold World Series. Musso's hyped. He's like saying all these names I don't recognize, just talking a lot. What are your takeaways from what you've read or seen from these first 2 games?
A lot of reading, a lot of seeing stuff on Twitter. The biggest takeaway that I've had, and trust me, I've seen plenty of falls that didn't transfer over to spring, but Gavin Dugas has been exceptional in scrimmages. He has constantly hit the ball as hard as anybody. He's driving the ball out of the ballpark. He looks comfortable in the box. A couple times I've been out there, he's swung the bat really well. That's a guy who they need to break out. You cannot simply count on highly touted freshmen to come in and overhaul the team. Some of the guys on your roster that have already been there have got to take steps and become really good players, and I think Dugas has a chance to do it. The other part of this is, and Pulmonary kind of took my thunder a little bit with some stuff he said yesterday, but I'm looking at this, and I'm seeing statistics, and I'm seeing some video they put out. I think Jaden Hill's going to start on Fridays. It wouldn't blow me away if Landon Marceau started on Fridays. He looks really, really good, and he doesn't have the absolute elite top 10 in the draft stuff that Jaden Hill has, but he's got plenty good enough stuff to get guys out in college, and so he'll take the ball, and I think he's got a chance to be really good. And in any event, they've got a chance to have a really, really good 1-2 punch. It's not as good as Vanderbilt's, but it could be close.
So, Hunt, when I first started doing this job, for some reason, one of the articles that really stands out to me was when you were writing for maybe Bobby Bengals Insider, and you wrote about a true ace. I think you wrote about Aaron Nola at the time. But what do you think between Jaden Hill, Marceau, does this LSU baseball team this spring, does it have a true ace?
I think both of them could be that guy. I think they could both be, as good as Alex Lang was. That's certainly not guaranteed because Lang was one of the best pitchers who's ever put that uniform on, and I don't put anybody in Aaron Nola's breath. That's as good as you're going to see. But I think they can be that guy, and I think you can have two of them. I think that Hill's stuff is more dominant, and he could be unhittable at times. But Marceau's good, and that fastball plays, and he can dial it up to 94 when he wants it. He's going to sit there at 92, 93, which is just about where Aaron was. And the slider that he's developed is striking a lot of guys out in purple and gold in the fall. So we'll see how it translates out into the spring. I think that they've got a chance. That 1-2 has a chance to be good enough. I'm not going to tell you that it is, but it has a chance.
All golf this weekend, or will y'all watch college football?
We'll have some Notre Dame Clemson on with stakes on Saturday night, but a lot of golf.
Any feeling on Georgia, Florida tomorrow afternoon?
I've got Florida, and I'll be honest, it's one of the I'll use the term lazier opinions because I trust their coach and their quarterback more. I realize there are a lot of other players on that field and a lot of other factors go into it, but I trust the coach and the quarterback in orange and blue more than I trust those two in red and black. Stetson Bennett has made some plays this year, and he actually made some plays against Alabama, but I just can't get the image. He just looks like an intramural quarterback in those elite games, and that's not fair to him because he actually is playing pretty decent, but I just don't think he's good enough to do the whole deal, and I think Trask is. And I think that, and this is obviously the most simple statement you'll hear on radio all week, but it's how I feel. I think Florida will score more points on Saturday than Georgia will. When you factor everything in, I trust Florida.
Notre Dame, Clemson, Irish got a shot with Lawrence out?
Clemson's just got better players everywhere. And their quarterback wasn't bad last week. He actually was pretty productive. The defense kind of let him down a little bit. But when Clemson is told they're supposed to dial it up, which happens like once or twice a year, they do. Now, they get into some dog fights with teams like Syracuse and Boston College they're not supposed to, and they got to find a way to do it. But when they're told, hey, flip the switch in the ACC, they figure it out. I trust them to win the game.
Hunt Palmer checking in from North Louisiana from the LSU Sports Radio Network. Remember, next Saturday with the 5 o'clock kickoff, Hunt will be on the air at 3 o'clock, and then directly when the game goes final, just like he does every week, wherever you take in LSU Sports, you can check out Hunt and his crew on the LSU Sports Radio Network. What did you think about Brandon Taylor's rant after the game last week?
I sat there and watched every second of it, and he was fired up. He takes that stuff personally, and he said something to me that really resonated the first time he ever took the mic on the postgame show. He said, I got asked to do this, period. When LSU asks me to do something, I do it. That's because that's what I owe them that. And that's the way he feels about the school. And in his interpretation, his impression of what he's watching is that a lot of guys don't feel the same way. I'm not there, and I can't speak to that because I don't know what the guys are saying in the locker room. I don't know what they're saying on the sideline. I don't know what they feel. They're certainly losing, and that hurts morale in any way you want to look at it. But he feels like it's an effort problem. It's an intensity problem. It's a commitment problem, and that's certainly within his right to feel that way, and he certainly came off powered and passion. That's how we want to sound. We want to sound like we care and like we're objective. Everyone knows that we want purple and gold to win, and that's perfectly fine, but they're not right now, and it irritates Brandon. He let it fly.
Congratulations to you and your future bride. Enjoy the weekend, Hunt. Thank you, man.
All right, guys. Thanks.
Hunt Palmer checking in this morning from his bachelor party. As if you have not heard Brandon Taylor's rant after the game last weekend following the Auburn game on the LSU Sports Radio Network postgame show, passion usually sells in every industry, and my man was overflowing with a passionate message for his former program and the current state of the LSU football program. I don't know if that is available anywhere. I know that Hunt recorded it and had it on video while it was happening real time is how I saw it. But it was pretty moving stuff. If you're into passionate messages about sports, Brandon Taylor had one for the LSU football team last week. We will close out hour one next here on Off the Bench.
Off the Bench with Kalana and T-Bob.
Brought to you daily by Central Plumbing Company. Online, centralplumbing.org. 925-8552 is the phone number, and they are online at centralplumbing.org. Residential and commercial plumbing services, if you need them, they got them. They've been doing it for over 40 years. They can also help you out with a generator today. If you have lost power through this storm season, so many storms have come through South Louisiana, and you've lost power for an extended time and you don't want to lose power again, call Central Plumbing Company today for a generator. If you're having plumbing issues, get in touch with Jay Payne, Zach Payne, Brandon LeBlanc, 925-8552 or online, centralplumbing.org.
Centralplumbing.org, centralplumbing.org. I may or may not be calling them after accidentally putting some baby wipes down the toilet last night. 15 minutes of plunging did nothing. So we'll see where we're at. If I am going to call them, I'll just call 925-8552. Flat rate pricing, warranty after the work is done. I don't have to lift a finger. My problems get solved. Go to centralplumbing.org, centralplumbing.org.
Our listeners fire off their opinions on the jimsfirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the jimsfirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
To all of our heroes working on the front lines of this COVID-19 pandemic, your bravery and selflessness represent the very best of us, and we want to say thank you. I'm asking everyone around the state to join me in celebrating the heroism of our healthcare professionals on the 19th of every month at 1900 hours, that's 7 p.m. Write a note of appreciation, make plans to donate to charitable organizations, or say a prayer. To learn more, visit 19thanks.org. Thank you, and God bless.
T-Bob Hebert here with breaking news. Front to Back Boat Services is the shop to upgrade your boat tech this fall. With not one but two NMEA certified techs, who better to install your Panoptic sonar, your HD displays. You want to see the fish under the water before you even cast? They have that. Trolling motor you could control with your iPhone? They have that. So what are you waiting for? Get into Front to Back Boat Services right now. Upgrade your boat tech. Make your boating dreams come true. Front to Back Boat Services.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is a local bank with a straightforward philosophy.
It's about doing the right thing for our customers.
Participating in our community with annual local fundraisers. Offering individual attention in a modern banking atmosphere with a trusted local company. Gulf Coast Bank invested in technology with a local touch, giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime.
We're building relationships through personal service as the bank that cares about you.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Are you a licensed contractor? There's lots of good contractors in Louisiana doing work the right way, but unfortunately, too many unlicensed contractors are working outside the licensing requirements. Working as a contractor in Louisiana requires a license for the company doing the work. The Louisiana State Licensing Board for Contractors wants to help you get licensed to allow you to conduct work legally. It's not difficult to get the license. We can help you. Go to lacontractor.org for more information. Licensed contractors, it's the law.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast.
Tune in tonight for a full night of prep football coverage. It starts at 6 with Louisiana Prep Preview. Catholic High and Ruston kick off at 7, and we wrap things up with a full 2 hours of Louisiana Prep Scoreboard Show on YouTube, CST, and 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jordy Collada and T-Bob Hebert. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria.
Yo, what's going on, y'all? Welcome back Off the Bench. Check it out, dude. Little wardrobe change during the break. Got my Tulane baby blue on. They gave me the black dry fit. Look at this powder blue hat, though. Damn. And then Danny, peep the new helmet on the set. Look at how pretty that thing is. I wish we could zoom in on it with the blue face mask, the angry wave, the powder blue stripe down the middle. It's got the New Orleans flag and the American flag on the back of the helmet.
Our first choice was the baby blue helmet, but Danny came through. He said he liked the white. That one is clean.
Yeah, the white with the baby blue helmet's way better.
Shout out to Tom Simmons and the crew over at Tulane Sports Information. Brought the swag and the gear up this morning. Looking forward to rocking this in New Orleans and around town. But the new new edition.
It's how you make people think you're smart.
Yeah,
right.
That's right.
I went to Tulane.
Class
just for the
07.
game. Just for the game.
Class
But
of
no, I
07.
went there. I've been on campus before. Used to go there to interview Curtis Johnson back in the day. One of the first radio segments I ever used to do was Tulane Tuesdays.
Wow.
Yeah, where I go talk to Curtis and well, I don't know. It eventually died. But
we appreciate Coach Fritz and everybody for stopping in over the last couple of days, and Tom to making the trip up here.
How'd they even know to give me the black shirt and you the white shirt?
I don't know.
They nailed that.
I don't know.
You know
just
me.
Ask for the sizes.
All black everything.
You probably watch the show, T-Bob.
Yeah,
Listen to us down there on 100.3 New Orleans.
Or, like you said, like Jordy said, it is size related, and maybe this was just the only 2X thing. Well, it's a football team, so maybe not. Whatever. Thank you, though.
We'll talk a little bit more.
Roll wave, baby.
We'll talk a little more baseball as Nolan Kane will stop by at 8:15. He'll give us some thoughts on the Purple and Gold World Series as Game 2 last night, Purple was able to take that one home, and Jaden Hill worked last night. So we'll ask Kane about his thoughts.
Bama Gump in the Bayou Ford YouTube chat. T-Bob Bear is going to piss you off when Bama breaks LSU's record, offensive records from last season. Would it cause any consternation amongst LSU fans, do you think, if they were to be the highest scoring offense in college football history?
No. Maybe, but I don't think they have enough games to break every record.
Oh, that's a good point.
They
can't.
They have a 10-game season.
Yeah, you're right. They can't. They can't do it. It's asterisk season. It doesn't even count. Go ahead, Bama. Win your natty. It doesn't even count. There's not even fans in the stands, you bums.
Like Christian Fulton's tweet. Did you see Fulton's tweet last week?
No.
After the Auburn game? Man, this college football season don't even count.
This doesn't count anyway. I agree, Christian. William Ivy says, I don't see LSU making a bowl this year. Sad. Fire Pliny. Well, joke's on you because everybody makes a bowl. Literally every team in the country is eligible. So LSU could be 3-7.
Real talk. If I was LSU, I would not go to the bowl, and I would put that a part of the penalty for the NCAA. I would put that a part of the self-discipline penalty from the NCAA. Why? Why would I go this year? What am I accomplishing?
Well, no, but I know you still want to go. You don't want to pull the Johnny Jones,
You get the extra practices. No, I don't want to quit on the season like Jones and Oliva did.
Yeah.
I'm just saying I want to come out right now and say I don't want to go because I want that on the self-discipline for the NCAA.
The NCAA is going to say it is far more painful for you to play this season.
That's exactly right.
If you really want to get punished, you have to play in your bowl game.
Hour 2 next.
Off the bench with Colada and T-Bob.
Secure Shredding and Recycling. Remember online, secureshreddingandrecycling.com, your document destruction specialist that you can find right here in Baton Rouge. Mobile shredding, drop-off shredding. They can destroy hard drives for you if you need that. Online, secureshreddingandrecycling.com. They've been around for a while now, one of the top LSU businesses as they are recognized year in, year out. Online, secureshreddingandrecycling.com.
SecureShreddingAndRecycling.com,
SecureShreddingAndRecycling.com for all your document destruction needs. If you need hard drives destroyed, destroyed, mention Off the Bench. Take care of it for you. But look, it's no matter how big the job, how small, anything in between, they are there to serve your business needs. They also serve the environment, obviously, right? The amount of trees that they save by recycling, the amount of fuel, all of these things, the impact is very large. But it's also going to have a large impact on your business in a very positive way. Again, they are there to serve you. Alexandria, New Orleans, Baton Rouge, they do it all. Go to SecureShreddingRecycling.com.
If I built a van, it would do more than haul.
It would carry my entire business. I'd make it available in dozens, make not thousands of configurations.
It would keep an eye on my fleet.
And an eye out for danger. If I build a van, I'd make it available in diesel and gas. And I'd build it right here in South Carolina.
Introducing the all-new Sprinter, starting at $33,790. Built in the USA. Mercedes-Benz Vans, born to run.
To all of our heroes working on the front lines of this COVID-19 pandemic, your bravery and selflessness represent the very best of us, and we want to say thank you. I'm asking everyone around the state to join me in celebrating the heroism of our healthcare professionals on the 19th of every month at 1900 hours, that's 7 p.m. Write a note of appreciation, make plans to donate to charitable organizations, or say a prayer. To learn more, visit 19thanks.org. Thank you, and God bless.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is a local bank with a straightforward philosophy.
It's about doing the right thing for our customers.
Participating in our community with annual local fundraisers. Offering individual attention in a modern banking atmosphere with a trusted local company. Gulf Coast Bank invested in technology with a local touch, giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime.
We're building relationships through personal service as the bank that cares about you.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
At All-Star Toyota, you get it all. If you're in the market for an all-new Toyota vehicle, come see our friendly and knowledgeable sales team at All-Star Toyota. Located in Baton Rouge at the corner of Airline and Goodwood, we've been serving our community since 2005 by offering a large selection of new Toyota cars, trucks, and SUVs. Get behind the wheel of your dream car and take a test drive at All-Star Toyota today.
ServiceMaster Elite create clean, disinfected work environments. As a local business, we take pride in serving the New Orleans and Baton Rouge areas. Our cleaning protocols follow CDC and OSHA standards for healthcare settings, offices, senior living, restaurants, and industrial plants. Contact ServiceMaster Elite to get your operation ready for reopening with germ disinfection cleaning. ServiceMaster Elite, the trusted choice in professional cleaning since 1996.
This is a house call. This is a follow-up appointment. This is a diabetes checkup. This isn't just more convenient care, it's more advanced care. This is innovating healthcare at Louisiana's #1 hospital, Ochsner.
Good morning. It's 8 a.m. on Friday, November the 6th. Today in Baton Rouge, expect to see sunny skies with a high of 81. Still to come here on Off the Bench, SEC Network analyst Cole Cubelic stops by at 8:30. From the LSU Sports Radio Network, Marlon Favorite joins the show at 9. Then we have Week 9 of the Degeneration Dome at 9:30. Follow the show on Twitter or Instagram at OTB_ESPN. Watch live over at the 1045 ESPN YouTube channel. Interact inside the Bayou Ford chat, and make sure to subscribe to the Off the Bench and Off the Bench Overtime YouTube channels. Set your notifications. New content is posted there daily. Hour number 2 of OTB starts right now.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jordy Collada and T-Bob Hebert. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria.
Hour 2 off and at it off the bench. 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge, 100.3 ESPN Radio down in New Orleans, 94.7 ESPN Alexandria. Online at 1045ESPN.com. We'll talk Purple and Gold World Series with winning coach last night, up 2-0 of the Purple squad, Nolan Kane. We'll stop by here in 15 minutes, give us his thoughts on a couple of the newcomers. Last night, Jaden Hill on the bump. How was the third year's performance last night? 8:30 this morning, we will talk to Cole Cubelic. Looking forward to that conversation with Cole as Cole will stop in and talk SEC football. We'll get an outlook tomorrow, Georgia, Florida, from Cole. We'll also ask him about what's going on and his thoughts around LSU. One of my favorite things to read on Sundays is Cole's take on Twitter, where he gives just a tweet, really, 140 characters of his thoughts on each team and goes down the 14 institutions of the Southeastern Conference. It's just kind of Cole's takeaway. And he called LSU out last week, much like they needed to be, but just in Cole fashion, like always, just kind of shot you straight. He'll do that here in 28 minutes on Off the Bench. Compliments of Tex Morris and Edward Jones. Remember, Carriages, if you missed any sound here, you can always find it. Good conversation with Hunt Palmer in Hour 1. Marlon Favright coming up in Hour 3.
All right, so time to gauge in a little preliminary science. Now that we're about to start ranking things, but I'm having a bit of a scientific quandary, and I want to bring it to the group, and I want to see what my fellow scientists think. For today's burger list.
Am I included in this conversation?
Yes.
I usually throw the smartest scientist out.
Well, again, we don't need to get into ranking scientists. Definitely your picks seem to do the worst, though, so you'd probably be the lowest ranked scientist on this team, but that's
That would
fine.
make a lot of sense.
Like I said, we don't need to get into it, but just know that you are the lowest on the
Thank
team.
you.
For when it comes to ranking these burgers, I feel like there is and I feel like we could all agree, there is a definite difference between fast food and fast casual, right? Think like Burger King versus Five Guys.
Okay, I was about to say, define fast casual. That's
Fast casual is like your Five Guys, like a Red Robin, maybe even Steak and Shake. It's even though some Steak and Shakes I think have drive-thrus. And I'm wondering,
S tier of drive-thru.
do we keep this Burger King, or do we keep this list to just strict fast food, or do we include all the national burger kind of chains?
We include burgers, all burgers.
Got to.
Yeah. So,
But,
I mean,
not local spots. Not local spots.
I thought that's what yesterday was.
No, yesterday was a little flirting. No, we can't. I think because this list takes on such a broad audience online that I feel like if we go too Baton Rouge heavy, then we're going to alienate some of the people who like to read our research papers around the country.
Some of the international readers.
yes, exactly. We have such an extensive.
So you want to like rank burgers
mailing
that
list.
you've had in Georgia, right?
No. For instance, right now on the list, I have Whataburger, Five Guys, In-N-Out, Wendy's, McDonald's, Burger King, Rally's/Checkers, Jack in the Box, Hardee's/Carl's Jr., Steak and Shake, Freddy's, Mooyah, Shake Shack, Red Robin, Wiener Schnitzel. Does Wiener Schnitzel smell a burger?
I don't. I've never eaten there, and I
Neither
never
have I.
know.
But if it sells a burger, it's on the list.
I don't know.
And then I have
great
Sonic.
cover. Whatever's going on Highland Road is that place.
Place has survived.
It's like a cockroach.
Yeah, I mean, you
it can
can't
live
kill it,
through
dude.
anything.
No, I mean you could drop a nuclear bomb,
And the only
on-
thing standing
yeah.
on LSU's campus would be that Wiener Schnitzel.
Yeah, like if the bomb raids ever start going off, the sirens, you need to immediately head to that Wiener Schnitzel. But watch out,
With a
space is
line of
gonna be limited.
crackheads wrapped around the building.
And then I have Sonic, and a lot of people wanted me to put Atomic Burger on here, so
Never
I put
had
that
that.
on
Me
there.
either.
as
I've
well.
never had it.
I mean, so that's what I've got so far. That's what my head's at for the list.
We named so many good burgers
A lot of good
yesterday
burgers.
that I would like to have on that list. Besides
I know, but it might have to be like a side project. That might have to be a side project because it wouldn't play in this larger list if you were to throw in a Dearman's or George's or something like that. We just can't do it. So y'all think we should do both the drive-through and the Okay.
For sure.
Issue solved. Brought it to the table. Science rules. Democracy rules. It's over.
You would just leave so much out of the conversation.
I agree. I think and it's going to be interesting to see which fast food places beat a fast casual place because that's a feather in their cap, right? Because fast casual has an inherent advantage in that
the Whopper,
people are going to be going inside.
The Whopper is
Whopper's great.
That's the one, right?
You think it's the best?
That's the S tier out of fast food.
Okay, guys,
for me too,
we're getting a little ahead of ourselves here. Okay, we have a lot of science to do coming up, but Jordy, for once, you might have had a good take.
Oh.
That's all I'm going to say. For once, you're moving up the science ranks very quickly.
Looks like y'all finally started to listen.
You're like the Jamison Crowder of science takes.
People liked his Star Crunch take.
Crowder.
You didn't like his Star Crunch take. Just throw that out
Yeah,
there.
people did actually like your Star
You
Crunch
hated
take.
it.
That is true. And you didn't?
No, I said sure. Why not?
I don't remember. Whatever.
People like it.
Much like a jealous scientist.
I have a friend who loves Star Crunch.
I've written a paper completely debunking any value that Star Crunch has, and we'll be publishing shortly. No, Okay, I'm excited. This is gonna be fun then. And look, if you have any restaurants that you think I left off that list, be sure and let me know in the chat, and we will get to it.
Cole Cubelic coming up at 8:30 this morning. We'll talk to Cole about the SEC weekend, the college football weekend, Pac-12 coming back this weekend.
Pac and the MAC, dude. We had our MACtion this week. Now you got the Pac back. I mean, all of college football is back.
You expect anything from Pac-12? Any type of noise to be made from the West Coast? Anything?
Okay. In terms of like playoff, I
Yes.
think it's going to be. How many games are they playing? 8? 7. I mean, a 7-0 Oregon, a 7-0 USC maybe becomes very interesting. I guess so. Here's the deal. I will say this. My quick take on it would be that I don't think the Pac-12 controls their own destiny. Obviously, I think they would need to have some sort of opening, and whoever would make it out of there would have to be undefeated. But when you look, actually, maybe that opening's already there, right? As the Big 12's eliminated itself. Ohio State is going to go from the Big 10. Alabama will go likely from the SEC. Obviously, Clemson will likely go from the ACC. So then what are we looking at? Who's going to be that fourth choice? Is it a 7-0 Pac-12 team? I mean, when you think about it, okay, so this is where it's going to become kind of hard, right? Let's use A&M. Let's say A&M goes 9-1, which I hope they don't. Remains to be seen. That'd actually be a great thing for LSU if you could spoil A&M's season right there at the end. But let's say A&M goes 9-1. Are you taking 7-0 Oregon or 9-1 A&M?
9-1 A&M. And that's why that's why I supported the college football committee, and that's what they sold me on. Those conversations were going to be like in those back rooms when they were pulling people in and saying that they were going to have real life conversations about who is the best team, right? And a 9-1 Texas A&M team compared to a 7-0 unchallenged Pac-12 team. The Aggies are the better team. As much as that pains me to say, I don't want to say that.
Yeah,
I don't want to believe that. But at the end of the day, that's the facts.
Let's see how maybe Oregon looks, right? Because obviously that'll all play in, and is A&M just beating the hell out of teams too. But those are the type of odd subjective conversations that you're going to have. Ooh, I mean, it's going to be if you have a 7-0 Oregon team, I feel like that's going to be tough, especially just because there's a lot of juice to want to get the Pac-12. I feel like back in the mix a little bit.
Well, then here comes politics back into it.
Yeah, well, I mean, but that's
depending on how they look, you're right. Depending on how they look,
that is it. But then that's also kind of isn't this system kind of defined by politics?
Yeah, it is.
The college football playoff system is so interesting because its greatest strengths are similtaneously its greatest weaknesses, right?
I mean, Condoleezza Rice was on the initial committee.
The ability to be free of just being married to an equation and just raw numbers, and be more subjective is awesome. Because that's how you avoid bad matchups. That's how you try to get the best 4 teams in there. But whenever you get into the realm of subjectivity, obviously then opinion enters the case. It's like all these people with opinions on our tier list. Now, they're not scientific. They're not very valid. But they feel like they're entitled to them nonetheless. And so when it is more conversation-based, people are going to be more entitled to their view of the conversation.
All right, remember, you can jump inside of the Bayou Ford chat app over on YouTube if you want to interact with us. We will talk to Cole Cubelic coming up here at 8:30 this morning about some of the matchups this weekend in college football. Over the last 2 nights at Alec Box Stadium, Skip Bertman Field, they have been playing the Purple and Gold World Series. A lot of new faces, lots of new faces making impacts. Recruiting coordinator Nolan Kane has been doing work out on the recruiting trail. We'll ask him about some of those new faces that have stood out. And last night, third-year ace or possible ace, Jaden Hill, was on the mound. We'll ask Kane his thoughts on what the third-year righty looked like last night for the Purple and Gold World Series Game 2. Tonight, Game 3. We'll preview it next with Nolan Kane.
Off the Bench with Jordy Culotta and T-Bob Hebert. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria.
Daily brought to you by Coy's Diesel. Remember, online at coysdiesel.com, and they are on Airline Highway, where they have been for a while, and they got that great service department over there over at Coy's Diesel. You can learn about them online at coysdiesel.com. They have 24-hour roadside assistance that they can help you on your light, medium, or heavy-duty diesel truck, no matter the name brand, whether it's a Ford, Dodge, Chevy. They can get you up and serviced and back out on the road and to work today. Online, coysdiesel.com.
Somebody's saying, remember, Jordy's the only Hall of Famer in here. Not for science. He's not. If you were to make a diesel vehicle repair and part Hall of Fame, I think that Coy's Diesel would be first ballot. Why? Because that's all they do is take care of your diesel vehicles 24/7, emergency roadside assistance. You break down, coysdiesel.com. You can call them. They'll be right out there to help you. When you want to upgrade your diesel vehicle, right? You want to put in brakes and exhaust, new parts, put in some NOS. It's all there at coysdiesel.com. Coys, C-O-Y-S, coysdiesel.com.
We opened up the playbook and expanded our coverage. Listen daily in high definition on 98.1 HD2. We are 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
What do Honda lovers look forward to this time of year? Aside from family, turkey, and pie, happy Honda days at Richards Honda. It's that time of year when everything is at clearance prices. And since we're stocked up on inventory, you'll have plenty to choose from. Over 700 in stock at transparent prices. Happy Honda days makes happy customers. Come see why people call Richards Honda the smart choice. I-12 at Millerville Road and richardshonda.com.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is a local bank with a straightforward philosophy.
It's about doing the right thing for our customers.
Participating in our community with annual local fundraisers. Offering individual attention in a modern banking atmosphere with a trusted local company. Gulf Coast Bank invested in technology with a local touch, giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime.
We're building relationships through personal service as a bank that cares about you.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
This isn't just another day. It's so much more. Kelly's life was put on hold when her Ochsner primary care doctor discovered a rare blood disorder. Her doctor connected her to an Ochsner care team of cancer, heart, and kidney specialists. With multiple primary care locations around Baton Rouge, same-day appointments, and online scheduling, we're relentless about keeping you healthy. Ochsner Baton Rouge, innovating healthcare for Kelly.
T-Bob Hebert here with breaking news. Front to Back Boat Services is the shop to upgrade your boat tech this fall. With not one, but two NMEA certified techs, who better to install your Panoptic sonar, your HD displays. You want to see the fish under the water before you even cast? They have that. Trolling motor you could control with your iPhone? They have that. So what are you waiting for? Get into Front to Back Boat Services right now. Upgrade your boat tech. Make your boating dreams come true. Front to Back Boat Services.
If I built a van, it would do more than haul.
It would carry my entire business. I'd make it available in dozens, make not thousands of configurations.
It would keep an eye on my fleet.
And an eye out for danger. If I built a van, I'd make it available in diesel and gas. And I'd build it right here in South Carolina.
Introducing the all-new Sprinter, starting at $33,790. Built in the USA. Mercedes-Benz Vans, born to run.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona inviting you to join us for a Football Friday edition of AFR, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar. Phil Steele joins us to preview the biggest games of the college football weekend. We'll preview Saints-Bucs. Terry O's here. Join us 3 to 6, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jordy Collada and T-Bob Hebert. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria.
All right, shout out to our guy over at Tom Simmons over at Tulane SID, dropping off the new helmet and the decoration for the set here as the helmet.
The hat,
sick.
The helmet's incredible, great for the set, but selfishly, ooh, I'm loving this baby blue hat. I'm wearing this thing all weekend.
All right, the Purple and Gold World Series have been talking all about it all week. As
Alexander says, are we doing the fan cave for the Tulane game this week? Do just about anything for one of them hats? No, there will be no fan cave for the Tulane game. I am going to be at Renaissance Fair all day tomorrow, and I cannot wait.
Purple rolled last night 12-4 in Game 2 of the World Series. A lot of people were looking forward to hearing the stat line on Jaden Hill. Looked like in the first inning he gave up a run, but he ended up going 3 innings, gave up 4 hits, 1 run scored while striking out 2. The head coach of the Purple squad is recruiting coordinator, ton of new faces making an impact at the Purple and Gold World Series. He is our guy. Coach Nolan Kane joining us here on OTB, ESPN, Baton Rouge, New Orleans, and Alexandria. As always, Coach, we appreciate the time. Good morning.
No, thanks for having me back on, guys. It's been a while.
It's been too long, and that would be my first question. I mean, it's got to be awesome just to play, right? I mean, what has it been like? You guys are affected more than anyone. You missed almost your entire season due to the pandemic. Just the mental state of your guys to get out there and play some games.
You know, it's been a long road, you know, with our season getting shut down. You know, wasn't able to go out recruiting. They had us in a dead period, so I've been pulling my hair out. I think we spent like $800 in recruiting in 2020 just because we couldn't go anywhere.
Wow.
And so it was just really exciting to get these guys back on campus, get these new faces on campus. Fortunately, a lot of our veteran players and a few of our incoming guys were able to play in some summer leagues once they kind of opened it up around the country. So just really exciting to be able to go through a full fall, stayed really healthy. I think, honestly, you know, this is probably the most we've gotten to scrimmage over the last 4 or 5 years, and it's much needed with the time that we missed and then also with these new faces we have.
So Landon Marceau will get the ball tonight. Jaden Hill got it yesterday. We were talking to Hunt in hour number 1. T-Bob asked him about the aces on this staff, and Hunt said, look, I think they got legitimate 2 guys that could be a frontline ace when you talk about Marceau and Hill. What was Hill like last night? What do you anticipate from Marceau this evening?
I think the biggest thing with Hill, and listen, you see the body, you see the pitchability, the stuff, and there's a lot of hype around him right now, and he deserves it, you know, with what he did last year coming out the pen and throwing in an extended outing. And but I think, you know, everybody's got to remember this kid's thrown 26 collegiate innings, you know, so you got to learn how to start. And I think the biggest thing that we took away from this fall was just, hey, man, this guy was able to take the ball every time. You know, we started off with 2 innings. They went to 3. They went to 4. They went to 5. And now in the Purple Gold World Series, they went back down to 3 just to kind of put a cap on the fall. But he made it through it healthy. Was able to stay on a really good routine where he's throwing, you know, a couple of bullpens with his throwing program in between. And listen, man, the sky's the limit for this kid. He's as talented as any arm that we've ever had. I think you're going to see a great season from Jaden Hill. You know, when you get to Landon Marceau, just got more time under his belt. And listen, I think the biggest thing for Landon, you saw the maturity of his body last year, really toned it up. And he's just matured mentally now as well. He's battle tested. He's pitched in big games. He's pitched in SEC games. And I think the biggest thing, you know, everybody wants to light up the radar gun, and Landon can do that. If he wanted to run out there for an inning and touch 93 and 94 and 95, he's got that in him. But I think he's realized, man, I just got to pitch. And when he's got 3 above average pitches that he locates very well. And I think the thing that you when you look back and you see the development of this kid, you know, you go from a curveball that he came to school with that in 2019 he got 37% swing and miss on it. And then last year he goes to a slider and he gets 46% swing and miss on it. And now this fall he's even, you know, learned how to dominate that pitch even more in and out of the zone. And it's up to 67% swing and miss. That's where you start getting into some, you know, Alex Lang type territory with the swing and miss percentage on a breaking ball, which makes it a true killer pitch that you can go to in those clutch situations when the game's on the line. And just really excited about everything that Landon has done.
Hey, Coach Musso here. Y'all have a highly touted freshman class that's getting a lot of hype so far. And the guy who seems to be turning the most heads is probably Trey Morgan over at first base. Where would you put Trey Morgan in terms of incoming freshmen that you've seen at LSU, both as a player and in your time on the staff?
You know, he was a kid that we recruited out of New Orleans, Brother Martin High School. Didn't spend a lot of time on the summer circuit. You know, they play Legion baseball down there, but got to see him play a lot. And this kid's just really advanced in the batter's box. He doesn't go out of the zone very often. I think all the way up until like 4 scrimmages ago, he hadn't swung and missed at a fastball all fall, which is just ridiculous when you know the arm talent that we have, you know. And he's got a really advanced approach. You know, it's tough to put him up there with certain categories because he plays first base, but he plays first base like a shortstop. I mean, he may have the best hands on our team. He's a great base runner. He can steal bases. He's a good runner. You know, he had Tommy John last year. Didn't even play a senior year. You know, COVID shutdown, and also having Tommy John surgery. They tried to, you know, possibly pitch him a little bit as a senior. You know how high school baseball goes sometimes. But I think that really kept him under the radar. He was a kid that was on the come up. A lot of scouts were going to plan on running in there on him, and I think that's why he just wasn't quite as highly touted as some of these. You know, Dylan Cruz done fantastic, but everybody knows who Dylan Cruz is. Brody Dross has done fantastic. Everybody knows who Brody Dross is. But this was a kid that maybe you didn't really know the name coming in, but you always had a lot of real hope for the kid to have a big role in our program. And I think he could be as good as I think he could be a first-round draft pick in all honesty.
Wow. Back to Drost real quick. Do you have a position for him? Because that was his selling point coming out of Barb, right? Was that he was such a utility guy and he could be a pitcher for you. Does he have a place where he fits in yet?
Yeah, I think he's certainly still in the mix, and left field and right field, certainly DH. We gave his arm a little bit of a break this fall from pitching. It's something he's done his whole life, and he's so athletic that, you know, we give it another chance coming in the spring, but just wanted to let him go compete every single day. The kid's got, I mean, when you see this kid, you're going to be like, this kid, he could legitimately be a senior in high school. That's how young he is. So he's really young for his age, but his body, his strength, his size is a rare combination that you don't really get to school. And I think that's a testament to the 5-round draft. I mean, he had a big number, but there was a lot of teams in on him, and we sweated that one out. But yeah, to answer your question, he's still really in the competition in left field, right field, DH. He's hit 2 homers this fall. He's got 5 doubles. He hits the ball very hard, and he gets on base a lot. He's walked a ton this fall. He's walked 9 times, which is a lot, and it has a very high on base percentage.
Coach, the biggest battle seemingly coming into fall camp was the left side of the infield. It looks like Will Safford and Zach Arnold have taken control there. Can you just talk about how that battle maybe played out between them and Cranford, Thompson, guys like that?
Yeah, I think, you know, it's still going to be an ongoing battle. I mean, we're going to have, you know, probably 10 to 12 scrimmage games leading up to the season, and we're going to have to see how these guys handle the break. You know, as everybody knows, once Thanksgiving break comes, these kids go home. So they're going to be home until they come back in January. So what is the work they continue to put in? Zach Arnold's just a very sure-handed defender. He's got an accurate arm. It's not this real rangy shortstop, but he picks it up and he throws it to first base. Will Safford, Jordy, you know a lot about him, seeing him. This kid played free safety at U High on back-to-back national championship teams and started as a freshman over there. And he's about 5'9", 170 pounds. But he plays with his hair on fire. He does a lot of things that really it's kind of Cole Freeman-ish, you know. I mean, Cole Freeman was a great player here, but you had other really big tools around him. You had Papirskis and Dykmans and those guys. So when we have really good players around him, the things that he does really, really stand out. He can drag bunt. He can push bunt. He's a good hit and run guy. He's got some full side pop. He hit an opposite field homer earlier in the fall. So you see him, you're like, oh, what is this guy? You know, but hey, this kid brings it every single day. He does little things at a very high level that make him a great baseball player. And I just remember recruiting him and, you know, Bill Daly and Ryan Terrio and these guys, hey, you got to go see this kid. And I show up and he's tiny, you know, and every time I showed up, I was like, give me a reason not to come back. I mean, these kids diving in the bullpen at Tulane, playing up 2 age groups and almost breaks his neck diving in the bullpen to catch a pop up down the line. He just did so many things that made you fall in love with him, and he's a real gamer, and we have a lot of high hopes for him.
Can you give me one freshman pitching arm to watch out for? We talked about the veteran guys, but I know Ty Floyd got the ball last night for the gold team. One freshman arm to watch out for?
think probably two, Garrett Edwards and Will Helmers. And these guys are real projectable type guys, but they already know how to pitch. So the 89, 91, 92 on these guys with Travis Roy in the weight room, Coach AD with his throwing program and everything, you could really see these guys over the next couple of years turning into 92, 94. But, Garrett Edwards is a freak. If you guys get bored, just Google Garrett Edwards basketball. This guy's out there dunking on people at Pitkin High School.
Love it.
He ended up his high school basketball career number 28 in the country in scoring all time. This guy, He had Division I basketball offers, mid-major. But J.C. Holt, former Tiger, called me and said, "Hey, man, you got to take a look at this kid. He's really started to focus on baseball." He came to camp, and we were like, "Yep, we're going to take him," because it was just, you could just see the athleticism and the arm strength and everything. And that would be one to really look out for, in my opinion.
Milazzo holding down at catcher?
Yeah, he's done very well this fall behind the dish. Travinsky's been out all fall. He had a knee surgery. He'll be back. He's already, started to hit off the tee and do all that kind of stuff, going through some hitting progression. And he'll work his way in there. I think that'll be a little bit of a battle. And then behind Alex, you got a JUCO transfer named Jake Wyeth, who's done a pretty good job back there. He's got arm strength, good carry. The receiving and the blocking need to continue to get cleaned up, but he's also got some bat strength, some strength in the bat, and he's hit quite a few doubles, and he's hit a lot of balls over 100 miles per hour, and he's going to be a really good player as well. So I think, Alex, and then kind of seeing what develops with, between Travinsky and Alex, or Travinsky and Wyeth, for just kind of see what continues to go on with that.
Great insight, Coach. Appreciate the time this morning. Keep them healthy this fall, and looking forward to watching your crew play, man. Thank you.
Thanks for having me on, guys.
Yep. There he is, Nolan Kane, checking in from LSU Baseball. Great work, Musso. We'll talk to Cole Cubelic next year on Off the Bench.
What about me?
Off the Bench with Kalana and T-Bob.
Brought to you daily by All-Star Toyota. Remember, All-Star Toyota of Baton Rouge. If you can find them, if you can't find them and get to the showroom today, you can shop online at allstartoyotaofbatonrouge.com, as they've got great selections of brand new cars and certified and pre-owned inventory that you can look at online. If you want to get to the showroom, it's fantastic. Aaron Piku is the sales manager over there. He's got a great team ready to answer your questions and get you into a model today. You can buy a car like T-Bob, lease a vehicle from All-Star Toyota of Baton Rouge, as he leased the Camry over there with great rates and incentives. Online, allstartoyotaofbatonrouge.com.
allstartoyotaofbatonrouge.com, allstartoyotaofbatonrouge.com. You see it right here behind me, the logo. The website's incredible. If you want to enter their fall sweepstakes, you can also check out all the deals that they have for November right there, which we will be bringing you shortly. But look, when you're talking about All-Star, really, it's the customer service. It's the attention to detail. It's guiding you to exactly what you're looking for. Go to allstartoyotaofbatonrouge.com today.
Football's back. Tune in Sunday for a full day of NFL coverage starting at noon with the Chiefs-Panthers, followed by Cowboys-Steelers at 3:25 and Saints-Buccaneers at 7:20. Then, Monday night, the Jets host the Patriots. The NFL lives on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
If I built a van, it would do more than haul.
It would carry my entire business. I'd make it available in dozens, make not thousands of configurations.
It would keep an eye on my fleet.
And an eye out for danger. If I built a van, I'd make it available in diesel and gas. And I'd build it right here in South Carolina.
Introducing the all-new Sprinter, starting at $33,790. Built in the USA. Mercedes-Benz Vans, born to run.
Are you a licensed contractor? There's lots of good contractors in Louisiana doing work the right way, but unfortunately, too many unlicensed contractors are working outside the licensing requirements. Working as a contractor in Louisiana requires a license for the company doing the work. The Louisiana State Licensing Board for Contractors wants to help you get licensed to allow you to conduct work legally. It's not difficult to get the license. We can help you. Go to lacontractor.org for more information. Licensed contractors, it's the law.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
This is a house call. This is a follow-up appointment. This is a diabetes checkup. This isn't just more convenient care, it's more advanced care. This is innovating healthcare at Louisiana's #1 hospital, Ochsner.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is a local bank with a straightforward philosophy.
It's about doing the right thing for our customers.
Participating in our community with annual local fundraisers, offering individual attention in a modern banking atmosphere with a trusted local company. Gulf Coast Bank invested in technology with a local touch, giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime.
We're building relationships through personal service as the bank that cares about you.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
At All-Star Toyota, you get it all. If you're in the market for an all-new Toyota vehicle, come see our friendly and knowledgeable sales team at All-Star Toyota. Located in Baton Rouge at the corner of Airline and Goodwood, we've been serving our community since 2005 by offering a large selection of new Toyota cars, trucks, and SUVs. Get behind the wheel of your dream car and take a test drive at All-Star Toyota today.
Coming up on Jimmy Yacht's Game Time, it's a Lock of the Week Friday live from Rufino's. Jimmy Yacht, Rohan Davey, and Ruffin Rodrigue preview the weekend on the gridiron, and Jimmy makes his weekly six-pack of picks. Join us at 10 a.m. on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Doherty Collada and T-Bob Hebert. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria.
All right, remember, anything you missed here on Off the Bench, you can always catch back on demand at 1045ESPN.com. YouTube station is up. You can get subscribed, and all of the content will end up there as well, including the best college football analyst in the game. Man who breaks it down very easy for you to understand is here with us every Friday at 8:30. That's Cole Cubelic.
I actually host a show every day, but
that's compliments of Tex Morris and Edward Jones right here in Baton Rouge as Cole is here every week and back with us. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, fellas. How are we?
Doing okay. Before we jump into the SEC, let's. I want to get a thought from you on another huge matchup in college football this weekend. Top 5 matchup with Clemson, Notre Dame. Obviously, Lawrence is out. Trevor Lawrence is out on Saturday. Irish got a chance here?
Absolutely. And it's not just because Trevor Lawrence is out. You got 3 starters in the front 7 out for Clemson. 2 linebackers out. You got a D tackle that's out. So all of a sudden now, that plays into the strength of this Notre Dame football team. Big physical offensive line, good stable of backs, maybe the best tight end room in college football with Michael Mayer and Tommy Trimble and those guys. It's going to come down to Ian Book. He's going to have to create some explosive plays at some point in time. He hadn't been very good at that this year. Only 4 passes of 25 yards or more for this Notre Dame offense on the season. They're not very explosive. You have to think just with Travis Etienne, some of the talent. I mean, even DJ Uiagalelei is a guy that's going to bring you talent and going to be able to potentially create some explosive plays at times. But they're going to put up a couple points. I mean, it's a good Notre Dame defense. I'm a fan of what they do. They got a good front 7. They got one of the best safeties in college football. But I think that Notre Dame can maybe sort of pull Clemson into their style football game. And with all the inexperience and some of the youth that Clemson's going to be playing with, if they make a few mistakes, all of a sudden Notre Dame could steal one. And I think the bigger question might be is if Notre Dame wins, nationally, are people who follow college football going to sort of poop on that win? Are they going to get the credit that they deserve? And I think, I mean, it's unfortunate, but I think if Clemson wins, people are going to say, oh, you didn't have your starting quarterback. You had 3 guys out on defense, and you went to South Bend. You won a game. Look how good they are. And the reality is, Notre Dame should get still get a ton of credit for beating this team because they're more talented. They're still the number one team in the nation, which, by the way, if we want to have a completely different conversation here, how in the world is Clemson ahead of Alabama in the rankings?
Amen.
I mean, there is no better resume in college football.
Well, how can they play any
Alabama
better?
giving a top 10 Georgia team their only loss, a top 10 A&M team their only loss, and by the way, they blew them both out.
Yeah, but
Clemson beat Miami, but what else do they have on that resume?
Well, have you seen Mac Jones' body? It's terrible.
I have.
That has to be the difference right there. That's all I can imagine that it would be.
Before we get into the next biggest game of the weekend, and that's Georgia, Florida. What were your thoughts of what happened in Gainesville last week and the responsibility that falls at the head coach Dan Mullen? What did you think about that scene of the brawl between the two schools, and then Mullen's the way he handled it going into half, and then the post-game press conference dressed up like Darth Vader?
It was unfortunate. It was uncalled for. I think the most disappointing part about the entire thing was, and I didn't realize this, so I kind of went back to watch the film because I wanted to see how late the hit was. Because personally, I didn't think it was that late. Like, yeah, okay, it's a late hit. You throw a flag. I mean, we get late hits in almost every game. Why are we going bananas over a late hit? I'm watching it, and I can see Dan Mullen on the sideline in the bottom right-hand corner of the screen, and he didn't see it. There's no reaction. And I can tell he's looking to his left. So I sent it to Tom because Tom caught some heat. Tom Hart caught some heat for tweeting out that he should be fine. I was like, first off, your guy didn't even see it. And he said, oh, no, he said that after the game. He admitted it. He admitted after the game he didn't see it. So now I'm thinking we're inciting a melee for something we didn't even see? That in and of itself to me is embarrassing. And I think another sort of little mini, important detail to this was in that post-game press conference said that he was going out there to get his players, to get them off the field because they're a paper-thin unit because they got a big game next week. So now, anytime in the preseason, anytime week 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, that someone asks Dan Mullen about the next game or 2 weeks later or 3 weeks later, and he says, well, we take it one game at a time. We can throw that out now, right? Because Dan Mullen's already proved that he's looking ahead in the at halftime of an SEC game, that he's looking at their next opponent. So we got that. We can just take that. We can take that whole Nick Saban. We're worried about ourselves. We're worried about this week. We're worried about this opponent. We can for Dan Mullen. That's out. That's done. So I felt like it was. I felt like it was reckless. I feel like it was immature, and there's just no place for it. I mean, I think a $25,000 fine doesn't really do much to him. Who cares? Why would Florida fans even be mad about him being fined?
Right.
What's that to them?
Right.
Lastly, the last part of your question, and this is probably, especially for this show, the most important part of this, because T-Bob has done a really nice job with costumes. We talked about the Bane costume a couple weeks ago, how the jacket was on point, the mask was on point. I've seen some of the other costumes that he's busted out. If you're making $5.5 million a year,
yes, I love where you're going with
you're going to pull some sort of a stunt like this, and you're going to come dressed up as anybody in your post-game press conference after you have incited a melee at midfield at halftime of the game. Don't come out with like the Party Central $5.99 version of your costume.
It's really bad. It's really he's a millionaire.
Go get a replica real costume.
Yeah.
Go get one of the replica lightsabers. Go get like a real Darth Vader helmet. There are people who can help you with. You have people on staff that don't have anything to do. They can go find this, give them your Amex, and make it happen. Come in there looking like actual Darth Vader. Don't come in there looking like you just pushed an 8-year-old over on the street, stole his costume, and then walked into your press conference. That was my problem with that.
Congratulations on the traveling last week. We were pulling for you Friday morning. You made it happen last Saturday.
Wasn't it like the quickest SEC game of all time or something?
It was incredible, man. I had my fingers crossed for you. I saw that they were running the ball. I thought to myself, he might be home with an hour to spare on Saturday night. Got back to Homewood, tweeted the pictures out. All right, back to the game. What do you think about Georgia, Florida tomorrow?
I just think Florida's got too much on offense. And this Georgia defense, as good as they are, as good as they have been, guys, I'm sitting on that sideline last week, and here comes Jordan Davis with his arms in the sling in the second half. Julian Rochester's got his knee in a knee brace in the second half. Lewis Seen getting his ankle retaped. He doesn't even have his helmet around him in the second half. He's not going to come back into play. Then I hear about Richard LeCount and his motorcycle accident. Thankfully, it looks like he's going to be okay, but he's not going to play. Clay Walker left the game with an injury. Monty Rice was already, we were told, playing with a foot injury, and it was up to a pain threshold as far as to how much he was going to actually play in the game. I mean, I could not believe what I was seeing. That many guys, that many important guys go out of a game and then knowing you're going in to play one of the best offenses in college football. Kyle Trask is anticipating extremely well. They have two matchup nightmares in Kadarius Toney and Kyle Pitts. And now you're going to be down to second and third string guys that haven't had to do those kind of things. The Jordan Davis, Julian Rochester losses, I don't think those are actually as big because Florida's not going to go to teach that defense anyway. But I think Richard LeCount is the most important player on that defense. I think Walker and Rice are both very important. Now you got both your safeties potentially out or either not 100% in this game. That's a big problem. And it looked like the Florida defense maybe ramped it up a little bit last week. The good news for the Florida defense is you're not great, but you got athletes. So you got some guys who can go make some plays. And if you want to come try to stack the box and force Stetson Bennett to beat you, at least you know you got a couple corners that can run with the receivers that Georgia's going to have. So, I mean, George Pickens didn't make the trip last week. He apparently could have played if they needed him to, but he wasn't in town. Kenny McIntosh, running back, wasn't in town last week in Lexington to play that game. So, I mean, this is a mass unit for Georgia right now. Stetson Bennett obviously he's not a big-time SEC quarterback. Florida has that. They have a big-time SEC quarterback with playmakers. I think they find a way to generate enough points to win that game.
Yeah, there you go. Sometimes football just comes down to the quarterback, which I don't know if that was the case last weekend, actually, though, Cole. If you look at LSU Auburn, what did you learn? Who did you learn more about? More about Auburn or more about LSU?
Probably, well, since I picked LSU to win, I'd probably say I learned more about LSU. Obviously, what I
was with you, dude. I was like, Auburn's not that good. I thought for sure LSU was at least it was gonna be close. I in no way saw what we ended up getting.
No, I give Kevin Steele credit. I thought he put a good plan together, and I thought it was the best game not only of the year, not only for the Auburn defensive line, but the Auburn offensive line. I think if you really looked into it, Tayshaun Manning at left guard had his best game, and then probably on the flip side of that, Colby Wooden, who's kind of playing edge and can slide down a little bit for that Auburn defense, had his best game. So I think that you finally got some of the guys up front to really step up and make plays, be disruptive, get a little bit of movement at the point of attack. And I tweeted it out there Sunday after the game, so I don't mind saying it to you guys. I felt like I saw some guys that weren't really interested in playing football.
Yeah.
And that was disheartening to me. I don't like to see that on any team. I don't care if I like you, hate you, or whatever it is, but I don't like to see guys because I know how important these opportunities are. And I know how few of them you actually get in your life. And so to see guys that maybe don't understand that you're not going to get to do this very often in 20, 30, 40 years from now are not going to really know right now how cool that's going to be and realize how special it was to not take it serious. It's always disappointing to me, and I saw some of that from that LSU football team last weekend.
It is great social media on a Sunday. If you follow Cole Cubelic on Twitter for no other reason, for the Sunday takes that he has on all 14 schools are great, and his take on LSU last Sunday was spot on Twitter at Cole Cubelic.
Okay, Cole, can I ask you a random SEC question that we kind of debated yesterday?
Sure.
Since you know everything about the SEC. Okay, right now there are 5 teams in the SEC with winning records, right? Alabama, A&M, Auburn, Georgia, and Florida. Everyone else is 2-3 or worse. Who is the 6th best team in the SEC? Out of that middle of the pack, who do you think is the best team out of that crew?
Okay, so give me the
Okay.
top 5.
So you got okay. So the top 5 are Alabama, A&M, Auburn, Georgia, Florida. Only teams with a winning record. Then you got Arkansas, LSU, the 2 Mississippi schools, Tennessee, Missouri, South Carolina, Kentucky, and Vandy.
It's funny. I went and spoke to a quarterback club Monday night, and I told them they were asking me a couple questions about different teams, and I said I'm going to be perfectly honest with you guys. So I'll tell you guys as well. I said, I have had to have more conversations with myself about college football this year than I ever have in my entire life. So I've had to sit back and say, 1 week, man, that offensive line looked really good. Okay, let's wait. That was against Vanderbilt. Let's see kind of what happens next week. That might not really count. Or, man, this offense has got it rolling. That quarterback's really clicking. All right, that was the Ole Miss defense. So not get excited. let's give it another week. Let's just see what happens then. I've had to do it every week, every single week. I've turned a corner on somebody, and then they run into a wall. And so it really is week by week, because there were weeks that I could have easily given you Missouri.
Yeah.
There were weeks that I easily could have given you LSU. There are weeks I could have given you Ole Miss, like last week against Vanderbilt. They looked unstoppable. But that's Vanderbilt. And I'll tell you guys, too, like when you talk about consistency in this league, there are only two teams each and every week that I know exactly what I'm going to get in this league. Two teams that Sunday when I put the film on, I know exactly what I'm going to see, how it's going to look, what they're going to do, and what I'm going to think about it. And that is Alabama and Vanderbilt.
Yeah.
Those are the only two teams that have any idea what I'm going to get each and every week. So if I had to go out right now and say which one of those teams, oh man, I still think I want to say Kentucky so bad, but they just cannot put the ball in the air. They can't do it. So I can't allow myself to say Kentucky.
You know the answer. I want to hear. Come on, you're so close.
Is it LSU?
No, I don't have LSU. I don't have LSU on this list. I didn't have them there because they lost to this
Tennessee
team.
because they turned the ball over too much.
Can't be
they don't
Tennessee.
have playmakers on defense. South Carolina's not explosive enough.
Yeah. Come on, you're getting there.
Could it be Arkansas?
Okay. That was kind of okay. Yeah, it came down to Arkansas and Mizzou yesterday. We ended up going Mizzou, but how wild is that to think that right now you can objectively say that Mizzou is the sixth best SEC team, maybe?
You could make arguments because their front seven is good until they play Florida. That's a perfect case right there. I was like, man, Nick Bolton and these guys, this front seven can get after it, and then they play Florida, and I'm like, where'd the front seven go? Like, what happened? But I do think Connor Basic's going to be a star in this league. Roundtree's playing well at tailback. They do have a good front seven. I think Arkansas might be the most balanced, but they just don't have near as much talent.
Yeah.
Like, I think they play more consistent. Arkansas, and this is going to sound crazy, they're one of the most consistent teams in this league. But they just don't have anywhere near the talent. They probably have bottom three talent in the league. Maybe the only team that has less talent than them is probably Vanderbilt, honestly.
Cole,
so you're talking about a team that just has no talent, but they give you the same things every week. Like, they put themselves in position. They move the ball pretty well. Defensively, like, they're able to get stops, but then there's times they just run out of gas. They just don't have the bodies or the talent.
Have a great call tomorrow, Cole. We'll talk to you next Friday.
Thanks, fellas.
Thanks, Cole. You're the man.
Close it out next.
Off the Bench with Kalana and T-Bob.
Brought to you by Donaldsonville Glass and Body online, DGBauto.com. Get in touch with Donaldsonville Glass and Body as they are at 415 Division Street. They can help you out with collision repair today. Not only collision repair, but oil changes as well. We going to make this, Musso, or not? Online, DGBauto.com. That did not sound very assuring.
I didn't check the clock when I looked at it. Look, that fifth best team, it's a hell of a question. It got his brain spinning. What can I say? All right, go to DGB Auto. Keep it up. Speaking of spinning, you're going to keep them wheels spinning. Donaldsonville Glass and Body is the place to extend the life of your vehicle just for anything and everything that you need. It can be as simple as an oil change or major collision repair. They are the absolute best. Maybe you just need an inspection sticker. They actually do those as well. But yeah, look, if you get in an accident, remember, the police cannot tell you who gets to tow you, and the insurance company cannot tell you who gets to fix you. The answer to both is Donaldsonville Glass Body. Why? Because the tow is free. They'll pick it up from the accident site for free, fix it, and then drop it back off for free. Go to DonaldsonvilleGlassandBody.com today.
Saints coverage, Chiefs, Cowboys, Thursday night, Sunday night, and Monday Night Football. From the opening kickoff to the playoffs and the Super Bowl, the NFL lives on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
ServiceMaster Elite create clean, disinfected work environments. As a local business, we take pride in serving the New Orleans and Baton Rouge areas. Our cleaning protocols follow CDC and OSHA standards for healthcare settings, offices, senior living, restaurants, and industrial plants. Contact ServiceMaster Elite to get your operation ready for reopening with germ disinfection cleaning. ServiceMaster Elite, the trusted choice in professional cleaning since 1996.
To all of our heroes working on the front lines of this COVID-19 pandemic, your bravery and selflessness represent the very best of us, and we want to say thank you. I'm asking everyone around the state to join me in celebrating the heroism of our healthcare professionals on the 19th of every month at 1900 hours, that's 7 p.m. Write a note of appreciation, make plans to donate to charitable organizations, or say a prayer. To learn more, visit 19thanks.org. Thank you, God bless.
If I built a van, it would do more than haul.
It would carry my entire business. I'd make it available in dozens, make not thousands of configurations.
It would keep an eye on my fleet.
Get an eye out for danger. If I built a van, I'd make it available in diesel and gas. And I'd build it right here in South Carolina.
Introducing the all-new Sprinter, starting at $33,790. Built in the USA. Mercedes-Benz Vans, born to run.
This isn't just another day. It's so much more. Kelly's life was put on hold when her Ochsner primary care doctor discovered a rare blood disorder. Her doctor connected her to an Ochsner care team of cancer, heart, and kidney specialists. With multiple primary care locations around Baton Rouge, same-day appointments, and online scheduling, we're relentless about keeping you healthy. Ochsner Baton Rouge, innovating healthcare for Kelly.
T-Bob Hebert here with breaking news. Front to Back Boat Services is the shop to upgrade your boat tech this fall. With not one, but two NMEA certified techs, who better to install your Panoptic sonar, your HD displays. You want to see the fish under the water before you even cast? They have that. Trolling motors you could control with your iPhone? They have that. So what are you waiting for? Get into Front to Back Boat Services right now. Upgrade your boat tech. Make your boating dreams come true. Front to Back Boat Services.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is a local bank with a straightforward philosophy.
It's about doing the right thing for our customers.
Participating in our community with annual local fundraisers. Offering individual attention in a modern banking atmosphere with a trusted local company. Gulf Coast Bank invested in technology with a local touch, giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime.
We're building relationships through personal service as a bank that cares about you.
Gulf Coast.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jordy Collada and T-Bob Hebert. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria.
Louis Caro says the attitude of this team is most disheartening of all, zero passion. I agree. Danny and Musa could be way more passionate about the show. I tell them every single day. No, I'm just kidding. They're the best producers. They're awesome, and they work their ass off. Unfortunately, the Tiger football team, at times, has not felt very passionate. It is a weird thing where the dividing line between being not good and that leading to dispassion, and maybe dispassion making you not good, like it's tough to parse what's what. But regardless of how it's coming about, yeah, they look checked out. See if that changes, right, in the future. I don't know that it's going to change against Alabama. But you did have a very clearly stated the show earlier this week that the laughing on the sideline and everything else like that will not be taking place again after this. All right, we have a massive third hour coming for you. Sorry to run you up against a break like this. I know it's bad radio. That's on us. Please be with us. Stick around, OTBOT. We're going to kick it off with Big Fave. I see all you in there. Obviously, we got our Casual Friday Scientific Burger tier list coming up at 9:15. Then we got Degeneration Dome at 9:30. Like the channel. Share the channel if you're into that sort of thing. Subscribe to All the Bitch. Subscribe to All the Bitch Overtime. And when we get back, and then I just want to continually reinforce the message of screw Tom Brady. This is not his division. Let's go Saints. Beat that old man down on Sunday. Who dat? Hour 3 OTBOT coming up next.
Off the Bench with Collada and T-Bob.
Go to Ochsner.org today, Ochsner.org. And if you have any sort of injury, in any sports setting, I guess it doesn't have to be a sports setting, any sort of injury, Ochsner is the place you want to go. First off, the brand new facilities here at the Grove are unreal, dude. The MRI machine, straight up, like I said, I make this joke, but it's so true. It looks like Tony Stark should be building a suit of armor in there. Like, it is so advanced, so nice, so enjoyable, and so representative of how Ochsner separates itself from the pack, right? Because everything is brought to the next level. Everything is about maximizing your potential for recovery, maximizing your potential for getting healthy, even if you are not injured, maximizing your potential on the sports field. You want to get bigger, stronger, faster? Check out Ochsner Performance Training, OPT. train in the same way that the pros do, get treated in the same way that the pros do, go to Ochsner.org, Ochsner.org.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Are you a licensed contractor? There's lots of good contractors in Louisiana doing work the right way, but unfortunately, too many unlicensed contractors are working outside the licensing requirements. Working as a contractor in Louisiana requires a license for the company doing the work. The Louisiana State Licensing Board for Contractors wants to help you get licensed to allow you to conduct work legally. It's not difficult to get the license. We can help you. Go to lacontractor.org for more information. Licensed contractors, it's the law.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
This is a house call. This is a follow-up appointment. This is a diabetes checkup. This isn't just more convenient care, it's more advanced care. This is innovating healthcare at Louisiana's #1 hospital, Ochsner.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is a local bank with a straightforward philosophy.
It's about doing the right thing for our customers.
Participating in our community with annual local fundraisers. Offering individual attention in a modern banking atmosphere with a trusted local company. Gulf Coast Bank invested in technology with a local touch, giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime.
We're building relationships through personal service as the bank that cares about you.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
ServiceMaster Elite create clean, disinfected work environments. As a local business, we take pride in serving the New Orleans and Baton Rouge areas. Our cleaning protocols follow CDC and OSHA standards for healthcare settings, offices, senior living, restaurants, and industrial plants. Contact ServiceMaster Elite to get your operation ready for reopening with germ disinfection cleaning. ServiceMaster Elite, the trusted choice in professional cleaning since 1996.
Good morning. It's 9 a.m. on Friday, November 6th. Today in Baton Rouge, expect to see sunny skies with a high of 81. In case you missed hours 1 or 2 of the show, go ahead and catch that up at the on-demand section at 1045ESPN.com, brought to you by Carriages. Coming up today on OTBOT from the LSU Sports Radio Network, Marlon Favorite joins the show next. Then we have the Degeneration Dome, Week 9 at 9:30. Ottfather Jimmy Ott, Ben Mintz, and Megan Making Money. Follow today's show on Twitter or Instagram at OTB_ESPN. Watch live over at the 1045 ESPN YouTube channel. Interact inside the Bayou Ford chat. And make sure to get subscribed to the Off the Bench and Off the Bench Overtime YouTube channels. Set your notifications. New content is posted there daily. Our OTBOT starts right now.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jordy Collada and T-Bob Hebert. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria.
What's up, y'all? Welcome in OTB OT Friday edition. You already know what it means. It means we're fast moving all day long. We got Big Fave, we got the Degeneration Dome, we got more science to do. Who dat? Screw Tom Brady. He's a bum. What are all y'all going to say when Drew Brees two-pieces Brady on Sunday? But first, let's go to the phone lines. We got the man, the myth, the legend, the Renaissance man. He can do it all. Personal trainer, life coach, host of Inside the Trenches podcast, host of LSU Game Day on Eagle 98.1 before the game, after the game, national champion, Super Bowl champion. I'm talking about Big Fave at Big Fave 504. Marlon Fayrite. What's that?
What's up, T-Bob? Hello, somebody. Talk to me, 225.
We're feeling good today, Fave, because we're not going to have to watch LSU get their ass kicked this weekend. And that's a little bit of cause for joy going into the weekend. Your co-host, Brandon Taylor, had a very passionate response to last Saturday's game. What was your emotional reaction with what you witnessed in Jordan-Hare last week?
It was to that level as well, but I think I was letting mine out more throughout the game.
Yeah.
I sat with Brandon the entire time, T-Bob. He's quiet. Like, he had his head down. He's looking up when a drive's going. He wasn't saying anything. So, we ride over together to the studio, and he started to him the under voice, like, I'm like, all right, I know where this is going. So when we get to the deal, and you should have seen Hunt's face the whole time. I knew it was real when Brain got up and started recording. It was crazy, but it was warranted. It was time, T-Bob. At the very end of the day, Brandon's passion isn't about those guys' athletic ability, and I felt the same way. I may have expressed it a bit different, but I understand where he's coming from, because this is the thing, T-Bob, and you can attest to this. Okay, the Missouri game, well, we need to sit down as a team. We need to sit down as a team, and we need to figure this thing out. Maybe this defense, remember that was the story. Let's simplify the defense. That's not the story now. What we saw displayed against Auburn was guys tucking their head in their tail, and that's not the tradition nor the way we run things at LSU. And that's where Brandon was coming from. That's what he alluded to in regards to that. And I felt the same way, right? Because now Bo Pelini can't put on his shoulder pads and helmet and go out there and do it. It's the guys that have to go out there and do it. And again, we talked about this last week, T-Bob, the leadership, the lack of. Somebody has to stand up and say, hey, guys, we have to play not only for the names on the back of our jerseys, but for our legacy. Because like Brandon said, I heard him say this on the interview. Boy, BT I'm telling you, boy, he said, man, it's not like this film going to go anywhere. You can't hide it. Years later, you telling your kids, oh, Daddy was this such and such. And he go to YouTube. It happened to me, but not in a way, because I never bragged about it. But my kids came up to me, little Marlon Jr. and Kentrell. They come up to me, and they're like, Daddy, what happened on this NFL play right here? And they went to YouTube, and you see me flying like an eagle.
Damn, what the hell, dude?
And it was like, whoa.
Well, and Fave, so it's really interesting to think about, right? Because, like, I don't know, man. Outside looking in, it feels like there's some disconnect between the players and staff at this point. And if that is the case, I'm saying if that is the case, I don't know. Are you surprised there hasn't been like a players only meeting or anything like that? Because I'm with you. Like, regardless of how upset you may be with the staff or if you're buying into Pelini's system or not, blah, 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 it is your reputation on the line. It is your legacy. And as you said, it is your film that will now live on forever that you're putting out there, and that shame and embarrassment will last forever. Are you surprised there hasn't been any like sort of player-led initiative to try to get this thing back on track?
I am super duper surprised, T-Bob, to use those words, because just off of the teams that we've played on and hearing the stories about you guys' team, for the folks listening right now, me and T-Bob played together 2 years, 07 and 08. But T-Bob went on and carried to the 2011 national team, made it to the national championship. And I know you guys had meetings when things were, or if there was a divide between the teams, because it's the responsibility of the guys that go on the field. The coaches, they lead. It's different when you have a team and we have obvious weapons at receiver and we decide to just continue to run the ball. right? That's not what this is. This offense provides weapons. It provides getting points. It provides it has that. It was teams that we played on. We didn't have that. I remember playing against Auburn. The score was 7-6. Auburn won by 1 point. But those lines were playing, T-Bob. I'm taking you back to your high school days in Georgia, watching LSU, thinking about coming there.
Yeah.
Yes, that part. You know, that's what Glenn Dorsey provided. And it wasn't just about Glenn Dorsey. It was Kirsten Pittman. It was Charles Alexander. Later on, Ricky Jean Francois, Drake Nevis, L. Woods on the end, Raheem, Tremaine Johnson. I know my teammates. I know my brothers, right? Because Raheem Alim, formerly known as L. Jones, we all fought in those trenches. And then on the other side, get this, T-Bob, we had Carnell Stewart and Lyle Hitt move to offense and still get it right. Because it wasn't about them being these amazing offensive linemen. It was about them playing with technique and beating the guy over him. And that's what this LSU team lacks. And I hope they're listening, you heard me, because, look, take that personal. Take what I'm saying personal. Nobody's over there taking it personal, T-Bob. Man, they talking about us like that. I'm going to show them. Use it as motivation. Because I'll be damn me. And that's what they need to get, bro.
That's how I feel too, man. It's like prove everybody wrong. Like how can you just continue to just kind of roll over and take this? Also, Fave, how are you going to leave Pep Livingston and his 17 neck rolls out of there, out of that defensive line rundown? That's just
17 I forgot about Pep Turner. Let me tell you, Pep was good. Pep is someone who came in, listened, learned. His first year, by the way, he was so quiet, but boy, let me tell you, Pep is in the top 5 of comedians on them teams, bro. He was funny. And got drafted and played in the NFL and lived his dream because Pep wasn't this, he wasn't always this great defensive end. He was a really good defensive end that worked hard and got drafted.
Yep.
That's what this is about. He had heart.
So
and if I'm forgetting anybody else, hey, y'all know I love y'all. It's early in the morning.
I was just looking at a picture of Pep the other day, and he kind of looks like a worm with all them neck rolls. Let's talk about let's talk about 2008 though, Fave, because that is a team that we were both a part of. Now, I actually tore my ACL that year, and so I wasn't super in that locker room. I tore it early on, but when you look going 3-5 in the SEC, that's the closest to the experience that you're currently going through right now. What went wrong? Like, what do you think was wrong with that 2008 team? And then do you have any memories as to how you got it right for that bowl game where it felt like that team finally came out and just came together and just whooped ass?
I have a lot to say about that 08 team, and I'll try to get to a lot of it as quick as I can. But this is interesting you're saying this because I actually brought this to Hunt before this game. When we talked about LSU, this was at the TJ Riv's table pre-game.
Yeah.
And I said, this reminds me of my freshman year, which was 2004. We lost to Georgia. We lost to Auburn. We lost to Iowa.
Yeah.
We had a drop. Remember, my senior year in high school, LSU just won one in 2003. Then we build up this high, recruit guys like you, get guys to come in, and we get to the 2007 team, and then the next year we take a slump.
Yep.
But then it was about quarterback. Right? Jared Lee and Andrew Hitch, and eventually Jordan became our starting quarterback and won us our bowl game. But we had quarterback issues. Our offense couldn't score points. Our offense was throwing the ball to the other team and scoring. There's nothing the defense can do about that. But those teams had these two things, O-line and D-line. So we sustained those blows, and we finished on a positive note. I think we were like 8-5 that year.
Yeah.
I see something similar this year, but the difference in this year, you do lose 13 guys, 14 guys or whatever that number is to the NFL. Guys like Joe Burrow, Justin, what's up, JG? My bad. Justin Jefferson, and so on and so forth. And we're rebuilding in those areas, switching a system. So the recruits that you have there are typically 3-4 recruits. I remember last week you told me about Aki getting in the transfer portal.
Yeah.
That didn't surprise me at all. He doesn't fit in that defense. So the rebuild is going to take a little time, a year or two, to get back to where we're competing again like that. But when your trenches is off, imagine the military, right? Imagine not having the Marines. It's that serious.
Yeah.
When your trenches are off, when you don't have guys, when you have guys and I love all of these guys up front. I talk to them all the time, but I see Glenn Logan get bent backwards in the goal line.
Yeah.
To hurt himself by stopping his feet and not playing with proper technique. Those guys got to take the information that's there and roll with it, bro, and they're going to be all right. Finish the year strong. I don't care. Beat Texas A&M. put up a fight against Alabama. I know I'm reaching right now, but shoot, it's 2020. Anything can happen. Beat Alabama. You're not going to those big-time bowl games. I mean, we suck right now.
Yeah.
That's just the honest to God's truth. Take that person and it's 11 guys on the other side. It's 11 on our side. Who gonna be the 11 that's gonna fight the hardest? And that's what this all boils down to.
There you go. Big Fave, host of Inside the Trenches podcast. Check him out every Saturday on Eagle 98.1, pregame, postgame, Brandon Taylor and Hunt Palmer. Like I said, Super Bowl champ, national champ at Big Fave 504 on Twitter. Fave, thank you so much, man.
Thanks for having me, T-Busy. See y'all later.
Yeah. All right, when we get back, the science begins.
OTB, OT. In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
If I built a van, it would do more than haul.
It would carry my entire business. I'd make it available in dozens. Make not thousands of configurations.
It would keep an eye on my fleet.
And an eye out for danger. If I built a van, I'd make it available in diesel and gas. And I'd build it right here in South Carolina.
Introducing the all-new Sprinter, starting at $33,790. Built in the USA. Mercedes-Benz Vans, born to run.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
To all of our heroes working on the front lines of this COVID-19 pandemic, your bravery and selflessness represent the very best of us, and we want to say thank you. I'm asking everyone around the state to join me in celebrating the heroism of our healthcare professionals on the 19th of every month at 1900 hours, that's 7 p.m. Write a note of appreciation, make plans to donate to charitable organizations, or say a prayer. To learn more, visit 19thanks.org. Thank you, and God bless.
This isn't just another day. It's so much more. Kelly's life was put on hold when her Ochsner primary care doctor discovered a rare blood disorder. Her doctor connected her to an Ochsner care team of cancer, heart, and kidney specialists. With multiple primary care locations around Baton Rouge, same-day appointments, and online scheduling, we're relentless about keeping you healthy. Ochsner Baton Rouge, innovating healthcare for Kelly.
T-Bob Hebert here with breaking news. Front to Back Boat Services is the shop to upgrade your boat tech this fall. With not one but two NMEA certified techs, who better to install your Panoptic sonar, your HD displays. You want to see the fish under the water before you even cast? They have that. Trolling motor you could control with your iPhone? They have that. So what are you waiting for? Get into Front to Back Boat Services right now. Upgrade your boat tech. Make your boating dreams come true. Front to Back Boat Services.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is a local bank with a straightforward philosophy.
It's about doing the right thing for our customers.
Participating in our community with annual local fundraisers. Offering individual attention in a modern banking atmosphere with a trusted local company. Gulf Coast Bank invested in technology with a local touch, giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime.
We're building relationships through personal service as the bank that cares about you.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
At All-Star Toyota, you get it all. If you're in the market for an all-new Toyota vehicle, come see our friendly and knowledgeable sales team at All-Star Toyota. Located in Baton Rouge at the corner of Airline and Goodwood, we've been serving our community since 2005 by offering a large selection of new Toyota cars, trucks, and SUVs. Get behind the wheel of your dream car and take a test drive at All-Star Toyota today.
Are you a licensed contractor? There's lots of good contractors in Louisiana doing work the right way, but unfortunately, too many unlicensed contractors are working outside the licensing requirements. Working as a contractor in Louisiana requires a license for the company doing the work. The Louisiana State Licensing Board for Contractors wants to help you get licensed to allow you to conduct work legally. It's not difficult to get the license. We can help you. Go to lacontractor.org for more information. Licensed contractors, it's the law.
Tune in tonight for a full night of prep football coverage. It starts at 6 with Louisiana Prep Preview. Catholic High and Ruston kick off at 7, and we wrap things up with a full 2 hours of Louisiana Prep Scoreboard Show on YouTube, CST, and 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
OTB, OT, with T-Bob Hebert, ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria.
Hey, what's going on, y'all? Welcome back, OTB, OT. We engaged in science during the break. We are trying to rank these burger joints. I don't know, boys. This is tough. This is maybe the toughest list we've done because I love burgers. And so all burgers are kind of delicious to me. And when you're talking about the difference between like an atomic burger or a fat burger or a smash burger, like we are kind of splitting hairs here.
Yeah.
So this is going to get a little intense. This is going to get a little sciencey from here on out. Okay, so right now, and this is all very tentative. In fact, right as we were coming in, I just said something stinks about this list right now. It's just... I don't know what it is. I'm a little uncomfortable. Sometimes scientists, like I'm sure the first person that discovered gravity or something was made uncomfortable by the implications of their discoveries. Well, this list is making me.
Wasn't that Newton? I
believe so. Yeah. When he defined gravity. Or I guess you call it discovered gravity. He didn't invent it, but he discovered it.
Yeah, he discovered. I guess, yeah, maybe.
Labeled it, whatever.
Defined was a good word, I think.
There you go. So the point is, though, we're trying to define this burger list, and I feel a bit like Newton did. My head is kind of spinning. So I'll just let y'all know where this first pass is at. All right. In the S tier, we have Burger King, Hardee's, and Five Guys right now. In the A tier, we have Wendy's, Whataburger, and Sonic. In the B tier, we have Checkers/Rally's, In-N-Out, Company Burger, Smash Burger. In the C tier, McDonald's, Jack in the Box, Red Robin. In the D tier, Muya, Crystal, Wiener Schnitzel, Steak and Shake, and Fuddruckers. Okay, somebody propose one change to this list. I don't know if Fuddruckers can stay in the D tier. I mean, it says it right there on the sign, world's greatest hamburger. I used to love it so much growing up.
Self-proclaimed.
Danny's trying to throw D fodder out there, and so he just threw it in there.
We got to trigger some people. So.
We have to, look, a true tier list has to be staircased, right? It has to get more exclusive as it goes on. So we will land there. It's just a little tough.
I think one of the S's has to go down.
For now, yes, even though I think we end with 3 S's there. Would you switch Hardee's and Whataburger? Is Whataburger an S tier fast food burger?
Yeah, I don't really care for Hardee's or Carl's Jr.
They are really good, though. Hardee's Carl's Jr. is really good, dude.
If you're asking me if I would take Whataburger over that, absolutely, I would take Whataburger over that.
Okay, everybody's freaking out. I told y'all it's an uncomfortable list, okay? We are very rough right now. We are trying to figure this thing out. Okay, so switch Hardee's and Whataburger for now. Somebody was saying they want... William Ivy saying Burger King is way too high. Are we married to Burger King being S tier? I feel like out of the fast food burgers, a Whopper is the best fast food burger, maybe followed by a Wendy's triple. Is that fair?
I'm honestly fine with it not being an S tier, but
with Burger King not being in the S tier? Yeah, Musso, what about you? Does Burger King need to be in the S tier? Okay. Have you all the Impossible Burger at Burger King?
No.
Not healthier for you at all, but it is like science made, and it's actually pretty tasty. All right. What else should we do on this list? Where do y'all want to rank? See, like Atomic Burger, Backyard Burgers, Fat Cow, Freddy's, Shake Shack. That all just feels like a bunch of B and C to me.
Well,
right now.
I mean, I've never had Atomic Burger yet.
It's okay.
Oh, I think I like it. Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's good, but it's like, but does it break through the pack? Does it stand out? Is it a B? I mean, it's a B, right? Like, it's a B burger.
What's that in between In-N-Out and Smash?
Company burger. Another, they have cool, they have like, they have like mayo bars. I believe it's a chain. I've seen multiple company burgers. I think they have it here in Baton Rouge. They for sure have some in New Orleans. But they have a mayo bar, which is kind of cool. But again, like a B type of burger. So I'm struggling to find our points.
I know we're trying to decide where to
here.
put the rest of those people up there on, but is Red Robin too low? That feels kind of low for Red Robin. Aren't they kind of known for their burgers?
They are.
And their jingle?
Every time I've ever had one, though, I can't say that the burger really stuck with me in any way. And ultimately, that's the experience that we're having to draw from, right? Like, I've eaten Red Robin burgers, and I've ate them, and they're fine, and then I just kind of moved on with my life. Like I think, like, you know, it's fair. Like, I'm not saying that Five Guys is some amazing, spectacular burger, but you do tend to probably remember the first time you went to a Five Guys and had that burger. Does McDonald's need to be C tier? Does McDonald's need to be higher? I feel like McDonald's might be better than Jack in the Box, but not better than Red Robin. Oof, I don't know. I'm starting to sweat.
I would switch.
It ain't that real. Chill out.
Checkers and McDonald's.
Checkers and McDonald's.
Oh, wait a minute, Danny. Okay. Look. You got to calm down with that, okay?
I mean, I have eaten, this is weird, because I've eaten McDonald's burgers more than any burger on this list. The amount of McDoubles that I've eaten in my day is borderline obscene.
It's a lot.
Still to this day, probably once a month, I give in and I go get like 2 McDoubles and a McChicken from McDonald's. Just can't help myself. I need that food that is cheaper than bottled water at times. All right, look, I don't know. I don't
People
even.
in the chatter say McDonald's is way better than Burger King.
Yeah, that's just. Oof.
Oh,
that's
we're not talking about we're talking about just burgers. I mean, come on, y'all. Come on. Let's be serious here. We're talking about just burgers. Alex is saying that we need to start over. I'm panicking over here. Fat Cow. What is Fat Cow? Put Fat Cow in the B. Danny.
That's not national though. I'm pretty sure.
Is that just local?
I think so.
Okay, we'll have to do some checks.
I've never seen another Fat Cow.
All right. Well, look, this is what we're gonna do. No, this is what we're gonna do. Throw all of those in B or C. I don't care where you throw them. I just want them on the list, and then we're gonna start to sort some things out. This is so haphazard and so chaotic. The science is reacting in a different way than I expected. There's like cauldrons blowing up and steaming and boiling around the laboratory. So we're going to have to, I think, sort this out through I think we're going to have to sort this out in the commercial
Alex
break.
Anderson says
it's too early to take a commercial at the moment, so let's continue a little bit longer.
Wait, what?
Alex Anderson says he wants Steak and Shake higher.
I mean, I'm okay with that. I actually really used to like Steak and Shake growing up. There are a couple. I don't know if I'm going to put it above the C. It's a fine burger. It's got the Wendy's square burger thing going on, which I kind of enjoy. I mean, look, I love a Wendy's triple. I think that is one of the best fast food burgers. And Musso, you said Sonic A tier. You advocated for Sonic.
Good burger, man. Good burger.
And Musso's seen how the Sonic, how the sausage is made, if you will, and if he approves it, I think that means a lot. All right, though, we don't have to go to break yet, but let's move away from this just for a second because we're gonna have to handle this off air and really try to nail it down. This is a complicated list. What do y'all got on the docket for this weekend, boys? I'm hyped. Got a new Mando that I'm gonna watch later today. We head over for a little ramen right after. Shout out Boger, they gave us the food on game day last week. Going to Ren Fair all day tomorrow. Are you kidding me? In Hammond? What do y'all got? Y'all want to come?
No,
come dress
I've
up?
actually got plans that I will enjoy far more than that.
Okay, so Fat Cow is only in Baton Rouge.
Okay, get rid of it then.
Take it off the list then.
Sorry, Fat Cow. You're out of here. So what are you going to get into then? If you got so many plans that you can't come to Red Fest?
We got a buddy coming into town. He might be getting some really good news, some good life news here that might bring him back to Louisiana for more permanently.
Oh,
so
nice.
we're going to celebrate that news on Saturday, watch some football, get drunk.
Hell yeah.
Saints-Bucs, Sunday night's going to be fantastic. I mean,
this is a classic Louisiana football
yeah.
weekend. What about you,
It's going to be a great weekend.
What?
I said Saints are sweeping the Bucs.
That's right. They're going to 2-0.
Called it in the beginning of the year, but I've gone it out.
We did read that first season preview, though, many months ago, where they said that the Saints would beat the Bucs twice in the regular season and lose in the playoffs. That would be horrible. I hope that does not happen. We will see. Danny, what do you got going on this weekend? Where are you going to watch Sunday night's game?
I'll be in NOLA.
We'll buy you a beer garden.
The place to watch the games is Wrong Iron. You got to try it out.
That's the new spot. Yeah. You keep talking about that.
It's really good. It's got a bunch of TVs. It's outside.
So what are the chances, if this is a Sunday night football game, what are the chances that Danny shows up to work on time Monday? I mean, you've never been late. You're never late, but I mean, that's going to be rough. I mean, because I imagine you're going to be out and about till about 11? Head over, got to hit the drive from New Orleans.
Depends how big they win. Because there's no question that they're losing, so it's the margin of victory.
Yes, I agree, Danny. And if you watch any Saints games, and you know it's probably going to be really close. Like we said earlier in the show, dude, I think this all comes down to Mike Thomas. And I know maybe he's not even fully healthy, but it doesn't really matter. He has to ball out. Alvin Kamara is a beast. Alvin Kamara will struggle to do what he's done against Levante David and Devin White. He will struggle if he is asked to be the sole driving force of this offense like he has been for a few games now. But if you throw Mike Thomas in there, then all of a sudden he creates that chaos that then could free Kamara up a little bit. Because where does Thomas operate? All over the middle of the field. Intermediate range, right where those linebackers are. Where does Alvin Kamara ideally want to operate? A bit more on the flanks. Because between the tackle running is fine, it's solid, but obviously that's really Latavius' area. You want Kamara working the flanks, poking, prodding, trying to beat the defense to the edge. You cannot beat this Tampa Bay defense to the edge unless Mike Thomas is making them respect the middle. And like I said, man, take this back from Brady. He gets everything he wants. This is your NFC South. You've won it 3 years in a row. It's time to make it 4 years in a row this Sunday night. All right, we're going to go to break.
Real quick,
oh, my bad.
I want one thing on that. I'm really interested to see the Michael Thomas Tampa Bay matchup because they did a fairly good job against him in week 1, and he was healthy then. He's coming off an injury this time. I'm interested to see the impact he can have against that defense.
Yeah, what was the...
he wasn't Michael Thomas wasn't targeted the first 2 drives the Saints had against the Bucs in the season opener.
Oh, how did you know that?
Two drives.
I
just remembered it because I was like, where the hell is Michael Thomas?
Wow.
Watching that game, I mean, they really took him away. And like you said, they kept trying to get outside on the defense. They had a big problem doing that. So if they had that good of a plan and execution against him in week 1, him coming off an injury, can the Bucs really bottle Mike up?
And so, yeah, if you look, 3 catches, 17 yards on 5 targets in week 1. Not great numbers. I think 2 things. I think, though, for Mike Thomas's career, that is the exception, not the rule, obviously. So I expect him to just perform better than that. But then he did open things up in interesting ways, right? That allowed Jared Cook 5 catches for 80 yards because they're focusing in on Thomas. Alvin Kamara 5 catches for 51 yards. So certainly in the receiving game, Alvin Kamara can still be used no matter what. And then that was early Emmanuel Sanders, where that's
a good point. That's fair.
Where that chemistry wasn't really down. And so now, like we said, in the absence of Thomas, you've seen some of these relationships have to be accelerated. Breeze Cooks continues, Jared Cook continues to develop. Marquez Callaway, what kind of role does he play on Sunday? Deontay Harris has become more and more involved in this offense. So even if they do fully commit and are maybe successful in removing Mike Thomas, he will have an impact all the same because of the amount of defensive resources that he is commanding, which then frees up these guys. So let's go this Sunday, baby. 2-0 Brady and company. It'd be awesome. All right, we're going to go to break. When we get back, Degeneration Dome. I am flailing. Otter is celebrating. Let's see if we can make it work with everybody remotely. Coming up next here on OTBOT.
OTBOT.
We're going to be watching some football this Saturday. No LSU, no problem, right? We still got Georgia, Florida. You got Clemson, Notre Dame. We just talked about Bucs Saints on Sunday night. Where's the best place to watch all these games? At Hooters, your headquarters for football. Why? It should be obvious. They got the wings, the beer, the sports, the Hooters girls. They got everything. Go check out the Segan location renovations that took place last year. They are fantastic. Brand new televisions, brand new flooring, all that, right? But if you can't get into Hooters because during the pandemic space is somewhat limited, why don't you bring the Hooters to you? That's right. You can download the Hooters phone app and you will get a free app. Free appetizer, right? Download the app, get a free app. It's that simple. And that's just one of many food and drink deals to be found on the application. Also, you can order your food to go from there. You can go to HootersToGo.com, Hooters.com, order your food there as well. So don't worry about cooking. Don't worry about cleaning. Just worry about eating and watching delicious Hooters wings and watching football. This is Hooters, your headquarters for football.
Off the Bench, Hanging with Esther and Hanny, After Further Review, and more are all live daily on the 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge YouTube channel. Subscribe now to interact with us inside the live chat driven by Bayou Ford.
If I built a van, it would do more than haul.
It would carry my entire business. I'd make it available in dozens, make not thousands of configurations.
It would keep an eye on my fleet.
And an eye out for danger. If I built a van, I'd make it available in diesel and gas. And I'd build it right here in South Carolina.
Introducing the all-new Sprinter, starting at $33,790. Built in the USA. Mercedes-Benz Vans, born to run.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
This is a house call. This is a follow-up appointment. This is a diabetes checkup. This isn't just more convenient care, it's more advanced care. This is innovating healthcare at Louisiana's #1 hospital, Ochsner.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is a local bank with a straightforward philosophy.
It's about doing the right thing for our customers.
Participating in our community with annual local fundraisers. Offering individual attention in a modern banking atmosphere with a trusted local company. Gulf Coast Bank invested in technology with a local touch, giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime.
We're building relationships through personal service as the bank that cares about you.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
ServiceMaster Elite create clean, disinfected work environments. As a local business, we take pride in serving the New Orleans and Baton Rouge areas. Our cleaning protocols follow CDC and OSHA standards for healthcare settings, offices, senior living, restaurants, and industrial plants. Contact ServiceMaster Elite to get your operation ready for reopening with germ disinfection cleaning. ServiceMaster Elite, the trusted choice in professional cleaning since 1996.
At All-Star Toyota, you get it all. If you're in the market for an all-new Toyota vehicle, come see our friendly and knowledgeable sales team at All-Star Toyota. Located in Baton Rouge at the corner of Airline and Goodwood, we've been serving our community since 2005 by offering a large selection of new Toyota cars, trucks, and SUVs. Get behind the wheel of your dream car and take a test drive at All-Star Toyota today.
Tune in tonight for a full night of prep football coverage. It starts at 6 with Louisiana Prep Preview. Catholic High and Ruston kick off at 7, and we wrap things up with a full 2 hours of Louisiana Prep Scoreboard Show on YouTube, CST, and 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
OTB OT with T-Bob Hebert, ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria.
What up, y'all? Welcome back. OTB OT Degeneration Dome time, baby. As we are sitting here and we are stressing over the scientific process of figuring out how we're going to rank these burgers. All right. Do we have everybody on here? The whole crew's here. Megan, you here?
I'm here.
Otter, what's up, dude? How you feeling?
I'm feeling better. Feeling better, T-Bob.
All right. Mincy, how you feeling?
You got to get down on Football Friday. Let's go.
Okay. Look at it, boys. All right, so are y'all ready for me to update the records here? Because it was another bad week for the Degeneration Dome.
Let's do it.
First off, Megan and Mintz continue to lead the way. Unfortunately, they both had 1 and 2 weeks last week, so they're now 10 and 14. Otter, I don't want to say that you cursed me or hit me with some sort of jinx, but ever since you called me out for my gloating, I have entered a free fall. I went 0-3 for the second week in a row. I am now 0 for my last 6. I am 8-15-1, which is barely above the guy who brings up the rear every week on this show, Jimmy Otter. You are now at 7-16-1. By the way, it should be noted that Otter was the only one with a winning record last week, as the Oddfather went 2-1. Don't let the Oddfather get a little juice, okay? Because he's got a little bit right now. I'm dangerously close.
I'm a DiNucci away from a damn sweep.
DiNucci.
Did you see that guy?
Yeah, you bet on DiNucci. That's your fault. You have nobody else to blame.
Absolutely. You win the yards battle, you win the turnover battle 4-2, and lose by 14 points. And I've been doing this since Super Bowl 7, sweating games. Okay, you think you've seen it all right? And so I got 12 in Natchez. Mincy knows you always get a little bump in Natchez. I'm sitting there with my boys, Zoom, Nook, and Tweety Bird, and I'm like pissed. I'm gonna push this game because I got 12. It's on 12. An intentional deep snap over the punter's head, 20 yards through the uprights for an intentional safety. What? Give me one more shot at Patron, and I'm going to bed.
Wait, Otter, what was your crew's name in Natchez? What were their names?
Mitzi's met him. Zoom, Nook, and Tweety Bird.
The Oddfather, Zoom, Nook, and Tweety Bird. Mincy, how are Zoom, Nook, and Tweety Bird? Who's your favorite out of the three?
Man, I love Nook, man. He's an old legendary athlete, man. Played pro baseball, man. So I'm going to go with him.
Hell yeah, dude. There you go. All right, let's get into our picks this week then. Megan and Mincy, y'all are leading. Mincy, will have you start us off. Barstool, Mincy, I should say. You're okay, so here you are. You're in New York City now. You got the energy of the apple flowing through you. LASIK just took place. 20/20 vision. Eye test on deck. Are you seeing things even better now that you're in New York, Mincy? What do you got? First play.
First play, I'm going to go ahead and stake my claim to this one. I'm going to say this. This is one of my favorite NFL plays the entire year. I mentioned it on OTB yesterday. I love the Arizona Cardinals -4 at home against Miami this week. I got to see a lot more from Tua to be a believer. Even with the big win over the Rams, 12 of 22 for 90 yards. Thought he struggled. Didn't think the ball was coming out that well. And I don't think they can score with Kyler Murray and the high-powered offense in the desert. And I think Arizona beats the crap out of them. So I'm staking my claim to Arizona by 4.
All right. Mincy, actually, on FanDuel right now, which is what we use the lines for, you got 3.5. How about it, Mincy? Let's go. Okay, Megan, do you have anything to add then, if that's going to be your first pick as well? You are up next.
Just, the defense and the special teams, the Dolphins put on an absolute clinic last week. I don't know if he's going to do anything. Watch him. As soon as I say that, though, he's going to show up. But everything Mincy said and more, I like the Cards minus the 3.5 that we're getting.
Yeah, FanDuel with the generous lines. Also hooked up Otter with a little hook last week as well. Jimmy. Or no, I guess I'm up next. Okay, I need to bounce back. I'm obviously free falling, 0-6. But like I told you, Jimmy, dangerously close mathematically to 6-0. In fact, completely the same thing. So all we got to do is get the math working in our favor, and I'm going to go to the well here. I don't care about how big the line is. I'm just going to trust in my guy, Pat Mahomes, and the Kansas City Chiefs. They are incredible. Largest point differential in the NFL this year. Of course, why not? I think the Panthers are coming back to earth. I think the Chiefs are at home. I like the Kansas City Chiefs minus the 10.5 at home against the Carolina Panthers. Otter, who you got? Otter? Hello? Jimmy?
He's gone.
Yeah, we lost Otter. All right, okay, we'll get back to him then.
It's probably the same as him making the pick on the win call anyway,
right? Well, that man's not even here. You just stuffed a sausage kolache down his throat. All right, let's go back to the top of the lineup then. Mincy, you started us off. Barstool Mincy, what's your second play?
Man, you just stole it, but I love it. Great minds think alike. I just think Kansas City is really about to start getting it rolling. I really liked how they looked against the Jets last week. They kind of had it neutral for a few weeks. And then when you look at Carolina, look, Joe Brady and Matt Rule have done a phenomenal job. But they were overachieving on that winning streak, and I feel like they're kind of coming back to reality. So I'm gonna hop on the KC Chiefs board with you and watch Patrick Mahomes Do Patrick Mahomes things.
All right, there we go. Megan making money. The FanDuel girl herself. Triple M, what you got?
All right, y'all already know I'm going to have Russell Wilson on my card. I'm
Yep.
taking the Seahawks -3. Seahawks absolutely dominated last week. Even the defense looked good. Now they got the Bills, who, look, they haven't been playing as well as their record has shown. And look, I'm not calling the Bills defense either. You got Russell Wilson and his absolute monster wide receivers. I think this is a great spot for them. Seahawks -3.
All right, we got Jimmy Ott back. Before I give you my second pick, Ott Father, give us your first pick.
All right, and I do like that Arizona angle. They are scared to death of Tua right now. After he fumbled in the first play, I like that under as well. But my first pick, we're going to Tampa Bay and the Saints. And boy, there's 3 teams that have been behind in 6 games by double digits: Jets, Cowboys, and the Bears. The Bears are not that good of a team. The Saints still struggle with them. Love your analysis on Marcus Davenport, T-Bob. We know he can run like the wind. Now he's getting a lot of push into the backfield as well. This defense is coming on. So I think it's going to be a low-scoring game, believe it or not, under the 50.5. But Tampa Bay was looking ahead on Monday night. This is a little revenge spot to get Antonio Brown. I like the Bucs. What are you showing, Megan, on that game on Sunday night?
What do we got? We got a 4.5. I got it right here. So you like the Bucs minus the 4.5?
Yes.
All right, now Otter, I don't know what's going on with my mic here. Sound okay? Okay, here's the deal though. Otter, I would say this: the Bears did beat the Buccaneers. The Saints beat the Bears, but the Bears did beat the Buccaneers. All right. My second pick of the day. I want to get okay. So look, anytime you're on the struggle bus like I am, you got to try new things, right? I got to break out of this funk that I'm in. So I looked at this board and I said, what is the ugliest game that I could get involved with? And there's a couple that jumped off the page. There's a couple, right? There's Texans-Jags, which is horrifyingly ugly. Broncos-Falcons is pretty disgusting in its own right. But I don't know if anything is worse than keeping it in the NFC East. New York Giants, Washington football team. I think the Giants suck. Give me the Washington football team minus 2.5. Let's go, Ron Rivera, get it done. All right, Otter, second play.
All right, going to Atlanta, and not too crazy about Drew Lock dancing, but anyway, he's coming on a little bit. It was a wild one. How about Anthony Lynn now losing 4 straight 16-point leads, losing 3 of those games? But I'm going with Denver in this one. Like Denver, the defense is coming on a little bit. Falcons, yes, but they don't need to be laying 4 against anybody, especially with that pass defense. Their 2 top pass rushers are out in this one. Laying 4 is too much. Should be more of a pick. I'm taking Denver plus 4.
All right, back to the top of the line. Mincy, who you got?
Man, this is a glutton for punishment one because they all they do is float games. But I'm riding your family namesake Justin Hebert and the Los Angeles Chargers, laying 1 at home against the Las Vegas Raiders. I feel like he's played well enough to grab that Hebert namesake and honor your dad's legacy.
Wow,
it's really, really good.
So it's actually 1.5 on FanDuel, Mincy. Does that change it? You cool with that?
That does not. Well, that does not change it. Look, I've been kind of. I don't know. I think the Chargers are better than their record. Granted, they've blown all these huge leads.
Yeah.
But I'm going to say this is the 1 week they finally don't do that.
Yeah, they are better than their record. The only team in NFL history to blow 4 16-point leads in a row. Triple M, who you got?
All right, so last week the Colts got a W against the Lions, but let's be real, that Lions defense is as soft as a pillow and did not pressure Phillip Rivers whatsoever. So now the Colts play a blitz-happy Ravens team that's going to do everything they can to make Rivers' life a living hell in that pocket. Not to mention I'm backing Lamar Jackson off the loss, who turned the ball over 4 times. I just don't see that happening again. I'm taking the Ravens minus the 1.5.
All right, Ravens minus 1.5 from Triple M. Very interesting there. All right, so I guess I am up. Otter, I mean, not only has it been very safe to fade your picks all year long, so that's kind of the basis upon which I'm building. That's the foundation of this pick. But also, you say the Saints struggle with the Bears. The Bucs lost to the Bears. All the Saints do is find ways to win and find ways to win close games. Screw Tom Brady. His time is over. Drew Brees and company. Mike Thomas returns. The alpha male. Screw Antonio Brown. That's bad karma central. Are you going to tell me when all the Saints do is play close games here to give me 4.5 points? Give me New Orleans plus the 4.5. Let's go. That's a 3-0 slate I just gave you. All right, Otter, third and final pick.
I mean, what's more of an interesting roommate pair? I mean, Tom Brady and Antonio Brown, or Mincy and Playboy Marty. But you know what, my boy Mincy got knocked down to the mat, boy, in matching the other night, but he got back up and on pick central, delivered the Packers. He's hot, and so he's going to ride him with the Chargers in this one as well. I'm on with you as well. Herbert is the real deal, man. Give me the Chargers. -1.5. Way to get off the mat, Mincy.
All right, there we go. Okay, we're going to call this. Hang up on everybody. Thank y'all so much. Sorry, audio went crazy there. We'll have to figure it out in the future. But shout out to the Oddfather, shout out to Triple M, and shout out to Barstool, Mincy, everybody holding it down. We'll see. 10-14. Mincy and Megan leading the way. I'm currently next, 8-15-1, and then Otter 7-16-1 after that. See how we've shaped up next week. All right, when we get back, closing out. It's Friday, OTBOT, here on Off the Bench.
OTBOT. Our listeners fire off their opinions on the jimsfirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the jimsfirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Do you know someone who sets a good example for all of us to follow? Someone who shows leadership, selflessness, and service to their community without being asked? We think that's the definition of a good citizen, and so does Citizens Bank and Trust. If you know someone who exhibits all of these qualifications, nominate them for a Good Citizen Award, and they could receive $500 from Citizens Bank. And we'll recognize them here on the show. Get the details at citizensbankandtrust.com, and then nominate your good citizen.
Le posso offrire un caffè? Andiamo insieme da me, non c'è.
Call Mr. Electric today for electrical repairs, upgrades, and installations.
To all of our heroes working on the front lines of this COVID-19 pandemic, your bravery and selflessness represent the very best of us, and we want to say thank you. I'm asking everyone around the state to join me in celebrating the heroism of our healthcare professionals on the 19th of every month at 1900 hours, that's 7 p.m. Write a note of appreciation, make plans to donate to charitable organizations, or say a prayer. To learn more, visit 19thanks.org. Thank you, and God bless.
This isn't just another day. It's so much more. Kelly's life was put on hold when her Ochsner primary care doctor discovered a rare blood disorder. Her doctor connected her to an Ochsner care team of cancer, heart, and kidney specialists. With multiple primary care locations around Baton Rouge, same-day appointments, and online scheduling, we're relentless about keeping you healthy. Ochsner Baton Rouge, innovating healthcare for Kelly.
T-Bob Hebert here with breaking news. Front to Back Boat Services is the shop to upgrade your boat tech this fall. With not one but two NMEA certified techs, who better to install your Panoptic sonar, your HD displays. You want to see the fish under the water before you even cast? They have that. Trolling motor you could control with your iPhone? They have that. So what are you waiting for? Get into Front to Back Boat Services right now. Upgrade your boat tech. Make your boating dreams come true. Front to Back Boat Services.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is a local bank with a straightforward philosophy.
It's about doing the right thing for our customers.
Participating in our community with annual local fundraisers. Offering individual attention in a modern banking atmosphere with a trusted local company. Gulf Coast Bank invested in technology with a local touch, giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime.
We're building relationships through personal service as the bank that cares about you.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Are you a licensed contractor? There's lots of good contractors in Louisiana doing work the right way, but unfortunately, too many unlicensed contractors are working outside the licensing requirements. Working as a contractor in Louisiana requires a license for the company doing the work. The Louisiana State Licensing Board for Contractors wants to help you get licensed to allow you to conduct work legally. It's not difficult to get the license. We can help you. Go to lacontractor.org for more information. Licensed contractors, it's the law.
Prompt, professional, reliable. If you're looking for a breath of fresh air with your AC and heating needs, call the professionals at Anison Bitter. Anison Bitter, a Rheem Pro partner, keeping your family.
Yo, join us for a TGIF edition of Hanging with Hester and Handy presented by Richards Honda from noon to 3. With LSU on its bye week, we'll go across the other big games in college football and also hit one last preview on the New Orleans Saints taking on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
OTB OT with T-Bob Hebert, ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria.
Alexander says, I feel like I'm about to get really mad when the next version of this list is shown. All right, well, here is the next version of the list. Okay, can you go full screen here, Danny, so people can see? Ooh, I look great, though. Thanks for the black shirt, Tulane. All right, so right now in the S, one of these will have to fall. We have Burger King because of scientific support from the public. Wendy's has now made it into the S tier. We have Whataburger, and then we have Five Guys. In the A, we have Hardee's, Sonic, and In-N-Out. In the B, we got Checkers, Smash Burger, and Freddy's. In the C, we got McDonald's, Jack in the Box, Red Robin, Atomic, Backyard, Shake Shack. In the D, we got Steak and Shake, Fuddruckers, Crystal, Mooyah, Dairy Queen, Wiener Schnitzel. Okay, I think the bottom of this list leads a lot of work. We still got a lot of shifting around to do that we're not going to have maybe time to do right now. Who gets sacrificed out of the S tier? Out of these four? If I am being honest to my own experience, while I enjoy Whataburger, and while I certainly have great Whataburger memories, you know, eating it for some of the first times, going to like spring break in Florida and whatnot. I once watched one of my friends, too inebriated, fall with about 100 people in there, fall directly onto his back before we had to like firemen carry him out of there. So I love Whataburger. I had very good times at Whataburger. I've eaten old burgers off people's plates there before. But that's neither here nor there. The point is
that's gross.
That's not the point though. The point is, for my life, Wendy's and Burger King and Five Guys have actually meant more than Whataburger. And I've had those burgers more. And if I was to ask to pick which one I wanted these burgers from right now, I would actually pick Whataburger last. I would probably go Five Guys first. I'd go with a double Whopper second, probably a Wendy's triple third, and then it would be Whataburger. So I would bump Whataburger out of the S tier into the A.
The people are chanting for Burger King to be knocked down.
What is the hate for BK?
Well, you got to be careful. As scientists, we can't be too married to the public here, Danny.
Yeah, I
mean, that would be my choice, honestly.
It would be Burger King?
Yeah.
Okay, what would your choice be, Musso, if you had to remove one?
I got to be the deciding vote here, and we don't have a lot of time left. Man, I would probably have to go Whataburger.
Okay, there you go. It's done. Move Whataburger down to the A. All right, we'll hash out the rest of this list. All right, boys, give me your predictions. Give me your predictions on Saints-Bucs Sunday.
I like the Bucs, unfortunately.
Okay.
They think they get it done.
That's fair.
By field goal.
Which is why I love the 4.5 for New Orleans. Danny, who you got?
I think last possession wins the game. I got Saints.
People are getting really triggered now already. Look, Kenny said he says keep BK. Florida, Georgia, who y'all got?
I picked Georgia to win the East at the beginning of the season. I'm just going to stick with them. Go Georgia.
I picked Florida. I'm going to roll Florida.
I got Florida.
All right, Clemson, Notre Dame. Uyunglele.
Clemson rolls.
Give me Notre Dame upset.
Oh, okay. Danny boy. Do you think Clemson rolls? Or do you think it's not even close?
Clemson rolls.
I think it's close. I think Clemson wins a close one. All right. We'll get out this tier list after the show ends. Huge thank you to everybody who gets involved all throughout the week. Musso, Danny, great work producing as always. Football Friday. Keep it locked right here on 104.5 ESPN all day long. Y'all have a great day. We'll see you Monday. Comes holler at me at Renfest.
OT.
If I built a van, it would do more than haul.
It would carry my entire business. I'd make it available in dozens. Make that thousands of configurations.
It would keep an eye on my fleet.
And an eye out for danger.
If I built a van, I'd make it available in diesel and gas. And I'd build it right here in South Carolina.
Introducing the all-new Sprinter, starting at $33,790. Built in the USA. Mercedes-Benz Vans, born to run.
Hello?
What's up, B? What you doing?
Chilling at the office working. You?
Hanging at the job site. Chilling.
Roof's up?
Hey, Greg, roof up? Roof's up. Roof's up.
Roof's up.
Roof's up?
Roof's up.
Roof's up! Roof's up! Beautiful roof every single time.
True. True.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
This is a house call. This is a follow-up appointment. This is a diabetes checkup. This isn't just more convenient care, it's more advanced care. This is innovating healthcare at Louisiana's #1 hospital, Ochsner.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is a local bank with a